Okay, there we go. Oh, it's working. Yo, oh my god, Raph! Hello! Hello! Welcome in. Hold on, let me stop Spotify. No more. Oh, we're so back. I haven't opened this game in 2 years. Oh my god, hello, Raph! Oh my god, I don't know how else to open this. I'm so excited. Hold on, let me. Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm audible. I can hear myself on my own video. I'm so excited! I'm so excited! As I said, I haven't opened this game in like 2 years. 2 years? Yes, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I fully played the whole thing. And it's summer. Let's go. I'm so excited, man. Oh my god. Wait, I lost all of my tabs. Let me get this open. Oh, yes. Yes. I returned to my roots. I returned to my roots. We're so back. This is it. This is home. This is my origin. I'm gonna as I was setting up stream, I realized that there was this like whole stream I'm definitely gonna like like lore drop based on what choices I make, because okay, let me let me switch to here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me know if anything is like too loud and stuff like that, because I do not know how it will sound based on my OBS settings. I'm not sure if like the music or if the voice volume will be too loud. But yes, I'm so freaking frazzled, man. This is one of my favorite games. My like one foot in the door as to how I even got a platform on Twitter. So it's like, oh my god. Childhood home type of activity for me right now. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna keep talking about how excited I am while looking at this main menu. But yes, I don't know how else to open this because this game is so sick. This game is so sick and I'm so excited. Alright, let's just go into it. Entering the Olba era. Ugh. I feel like sorry, that noise was really weird. It's cool as hell. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Raph. I'm so glad that we're friends now. I'm so glad that I've made a whole bunch of friends thanks to Olba. And now OLNF as well. I am... Oh my god. I'm so glad that I got a whole bunch of mutuals through it. Because a lot of people at the time, like, in my IRL life, weren't really interested in visual novels. So, like, being able to connect with people on social media about them, I was like, It was so great. I can't... It's so weird to think that it's still to this day that people like recognize. Well, I don't know about Olba. I don't know how much of like this sounds really egocentric, but how much of a quote-unquote known figure I was for Beginnings and Always. Now and Forever I kind of get, especially with the like the Anne with an E stuff and the animatics, but for Olba I don't know what I did for Olba. I did. And I don't think I want to know, because a lot of the stuff I did was like really cringe, and it was all really low quality because it was on my laptop, and my laptop that can't run anymore and is powered by a charger all the time. I needed it to retire. But yeah, okay, never mind. What was it? Item rules. I don't need them. I don't need them. It is home. Okay, character creation. I have a plan for this. When I started Olba, I did have... I'm gonna keep pronouncing it as Olba now, why not? I have a main character assigned. It was Cody, which is a name that I haven't uttered in like 2 years. I miss them, but right now they're not what we're gonna pay attention to, because my game plan is to make choices based off of what I would have done at that step. Yeah, I know, so creative, so genius, I know. And also appearance-wise, besides like hair and eyes and something like that. Oh, it's really hot. I want some ice. Besides like hair and eyes and stuff, I'm gonna really try and lean into what would I have done when I was 8? What would have 8-year-old me done? So we're gonna... Yeah, I know, genius, Koizen, I know. Okay, I'm gonna lock in, because I did draw my little guy. And I can't wait to immediately go silent for this. Where are the halftones? I know they're this way. There we go. Need an orange one. Oh no, wait, this one's actually so much better. Nope, there it is. Nice. Sick. There we go. Let's also put that. What the heck was that? Oh, I hope that wasn't audible because that was really loud. Okay. Cream. Oh, looking back at, I think I just scrolled past white. Am I? I'm so, okay, yeah, I did. I'm so not focused right now. Oh my gosh. Looking back at this, is GUI the term? I think it is. GB Patch has improved so much. Also, I was a very tan child growing up. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna rush this so I can actually go into the content. See, what do I... Birthmarks, there is one on my back. There's no scar option for... Because I have one on my face, but it's really small and we're not gonna... I wore whatever as a child. Watches, not so much. Hats? I don't really wear hats as a kid. I wear them now. And we're gonna stick with they, them, because what the heck? We're... I was gonna say we're woke at 8 years old, but sure, whatever. Yeah. Ooh! I'm actually just gonna sit here for a while. Because, the soundtrack. Oh my god. I'm reminiscing, bro. I'm reminiscing. I need to lock in. I need to... I'm gonna end up just falling quiet and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh, reading! It's audiobook time. Hold on. I'll clear my throat. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Listen to that sweet, sweet music, man. Okay. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. Hold on. I don't think my cursor's being cut. Okay, that's fine. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. Oh, here we go. What would I have done at 8 years old? I was, okay, like genuinely locking in for a second. At 8 years old, I was a very social child. I was a complete opposite of what I am. Well, I'm not antisocial now. Yeah, whatever. The long story short, I need to say koi lore drop whenever I'm gonna start yapping about whatever, but I'm saying hi to a lot of different people since most. Yeah. Oh, wait, you didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. Nah, saying hi. Very social child. Most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his... Weird, odd, strange. I wonder who that could be. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever, or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. Hope he has $20. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So, for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mom's had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. Okay. Coin lore drop. Choices like this. It's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. This is what I'm going to choose. The reason why is because growing up, I was told that as a kid, there have been multiple chances where chances? I don't know if that's even the right term. There were moments where I was almost kidnapped. And it's apparently happened more than once. not like a really dangerous situation, but it's like a menacing situation where something just so happens, suspiciously happens, someone stands a little too close and looks really suspicious. That's already like a kidnapping story, even though nothing happened. Can I even say that? Whatever. This whole stream is just gonna be revealing my life story piece by piece. This is gonna be really awkward. You remember it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. That's weird. I know this man, but that's weird, that's odd, that's strange. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get... Genuinely imagining as an 8-year-old, you're trying to go home and there's a dude sitting there. I would not go home. I'm not unlocking that door. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. There was a split second where your eyes met and you took in a shaky breath, your eyes darting to the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering nearby. Hey! His voice startled you and made you jump, but you still didn't look at him. Freaking weird, Cliff. The bird landed on top of a nearby gatepost and its black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Terrifying! So scary. What would 8-year-old me do? What was... I think I was a very friendly and sociable child. You know, still unsure about him but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. The man gives a grin of his own back. Do you live... I forgot how weird Cliff is first seen. That's so funny. Do you live around here? What's your name? You looked the man up and down, taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. That's great! He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. Oh my god, $20! He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad, sorry, I should've... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove, who's about your age. $20! I can't believe it! He's just sharing $20 like it's I can get my dinner with this. Dude, $20? Hold on, I gotta think, what can $20... $20 can get a pretty decent, like, meal here as well. Yeah, you're right. You can get some food here with it. I won't lie, I haven't stepped outside. I don't know what the prices are, but I know that they're crazy. But I'm going to assume that they're really crazy. Oh my god. Okay. The guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. Cove would be a really sick name to have. I'm sure somewhere out there really is someone who's, like, named Cove. God, what a sick name. Instant aura, even before this game came out, because that is... it's really good. You've never met anyone with that name. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured toward the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic "For Sale" sign was finally gone. You must be Koizen, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like them, so... He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your... jingle jingle, that one Markiplier clip. Jingle jingle. To bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. I never thought that, like, the concept of some kids' parents paying other kids to, like, be their child's friend, I didn't even know that that was, like, a trope or a thing that could happen. Apparently, it has happened to people that I've known before, which is insane. Like, what do you mean? Once again, what would 8-year-old Koi do? Yeah, did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? Had your moms done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. What do you say? Want to make a deal? It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Oh my god, want to make a deal is crazy. What would I don't even have to wonder. It's $20. $20 is $20. Oh my god, I'm taking that immediately. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I don't care about the kidnapping, the chances, or whatever. $20 is $20. Crazy thing to say right now. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thoughts of what you could do with that much cash. You were, oh my god. Sweets? Yeah, all the sweets you could ever want. Your tummy rumbled thinking about it. And that was just a start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. $20! The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkling at the sides as he did. Great, that's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's gone off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Can I keep this either way? Okay. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to help. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Well, at least he knows not to touch a child that he just met. Such a random, such a weird thing to say, bro. Such a, ugh, I just cringed. Cliff, oh god. This man. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought he might come back and... that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Koi. So much. He jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Oh my god! Oh my god! Step 1, first sight. Oh, I need to take a sip. I'm so excited! The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. Oh my god. Hello! Hi, welcome in! You've always loved the ocean. What would 8-year-old me do? Okay, my memory might be evading me, but my first memory of ever going to, like, see the ocean was when we finally moved to the States and we visited California. I think that was the first time I've ever seen the ocean. The concept of the ocean was fun to me. I'm not a fan of the sand, but that doesn't mean that I hate the beach. But I do like the stories, so that is what I'm going to choose. You love to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and sea serpents you imagined living far beneath the waves. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself you had seen the flash of a shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. Your videos would need you to post more. Oh, thank you so much. My editing schedule has been really funky, which is why live streams are so much more constant. Also because the roleplay server that I'm in makes it really easy to be consistent with streaming. But trust, I'm really trying to post more. 4 months. Stop. Stop. Hide the date right now. Do not mention that. It's in the works. I haven't touched my editing program in so long. Please, I'm so sorry. I will try. I will try so hard. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. His video channel? Oh my gosh. We don't look at the latest video section right now. We if you want recent stuff, look at the live streams. Latest videos, they're not so late and they're late, yeah, but they're not latest. It's Cove. This is Our Life Beginnings and Always, a game made by GB Patch. It's a slice of life visual novel where you grow up alongside your neighbor, your childhood friends, possibly romance if you want it to be. It's not required. A very lighthearted game. I definitely recommend it if you love genres like this, because it's such a good game, and I have known it for about 5 years now. I wanted to take a walk down memory lane because it's summer. Cove is back. Oh my goodness. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have... What would be the first thing I'd notice if I were 8? It's either hair or the cast. Fun fact, I feel like I've mentioned this before. I've never broken a bone. I've had friends. Yeah, guys, I've had friends. Big whoop. I've had friends who, like, have had casts, and I like knocking on the cast. It's really funny because it sounds hollow. But yeah, the idea of having to get a cast is, like, really scary to me because I've never broken a bone. But yeah, okay, green hair. We'll do that. But this new boy did. You watched as it fluttered softly around his face in the breeze. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. Everyone's either, yes! There's like a weird theory someone has about that. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, like the broken bone theory. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, you're salmon, same but different. Yes! Fish. Huge fish family. Love people with fish sonas, bro. We're all part of the same school. I feel like, yeah. School of Fish, checks out, makes sense. God, genius. And then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show you weren't scary. I would not say something like that. That's Space Cadet is not in my in my head. Hi. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. A crazy kid stepped on my ankle with Ooh. My god, I was really lucky, like, growing up. I was, like, really rowdy and sporty as well. I wasn't in any, like, sports teams or stuff like that, but the most injuries I've ever gotten is, like, tripping way too hard on concrete and, like, getting so many scrapes to the point where, like, I couldn't move my arm because it's, like, the scrape would be at the joint, right? Either, like, on my elbow or on my knee, the scrape would be there, and it's, like, whenever you, like, bend your arm, that's when you can, that's when, like, the cuts, they're, like, really hurt. That's the most injury that I've ever gotten. So it's, like, yeah, like, a sprain or, like, a broken bone, it's, ooh, I can't even imagine. Like, still, to this, I'm low-key kind of scared. At my grown age of 20, I'm kind of scared of the idea of breaking a bone or, like, spraining something. I've had that happen, yep. You'd obviously caught him off guard. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Ah. Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? You touched the money in your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your finger. Your dad may or may not have paid me $20 to be friends with you, my guy. Jumped out of a go-kart like 20. Oh my god! That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I mean, I bet you kind of flew. Why would you do that? That's crazy. I met your dad. I'm not gonna tell him about the $20. He can't. Oh. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. You can't own a hill. Why not? How could you? You just do. I had a hill back home. Well, this still isn't mine. Oh. Almost like 8-year-old reaction row. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. Would stop and I would land perfectly. Oh, it's like the idea where if like an elevator is falling, like just before it crashes, if you jump you'd be fine. That's really... That's really funny. Kid thought processes are so good. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. God, now I'm genuinely trying to... Sorry, now I'm trying to think of like something that I did as a kid that was really dumb. The one thing I can think of that I did growing up was that I used to be in a ballet class, and after the first day I was so excited that on the way home I was like, you know, I was doing the thing where it was like, yeah, skipping along the concrete, I was walking backwards, I was having a good time. And then I ended up tripping on a rock so bad and scraping my knee so bad. Once again, the concrete scrapes get me. I scraped my knee so bad I couldn't go to the next class, and it was so painful. Like right after the like joys of yay, my first ballet class, immediately destroyed 5 minutes within leaving. I had to be carried home. Oh my god, Annie, hello! Come in! Hi! The night wind was cool. Okay, no, lore drop over. I need to focus. We're gonna be here forever. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Can't hear anything but low. Oh my gosh. Oh god, I don't have a model. I'm definitely waving. They can't hear that. Okay, why are you here? Excitement earned you a session ban? No, you're so right, because immediately having to miss the next class, and like, the scrape hurt. The scrape hurt me so much that it was like, I remember that when I had to like take a bath, when the water touched it, it hurt too much. I was like, oh really physically, I couldn't handle pain as well. When I was like, this was when I was like 5 or 6. I couldn't really handle pain. So my mom had to like saran wrap the injury, and I couldn't bend at the knee because the scrape was at the knee, and it really hurts. Alcohol on the scrape. Listen. Things were weird back then when I was like 5 or 6. I don't remember how things were healed. All I knew was that it hurt, and I didn't want water on it or else it would hurt even more. So my mom had to make like a makeshift method on how to fix it. A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they'd never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. My parents, they don't want to live together with me anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave, and he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. That outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. I mean, I already know what his mom looks like. It's a shame that we can't reach step 2 in this live stream because step 2 is really far away. I miss your mom too, Cove. What would 8-year-old me do? 8-year-old me wasn't a really, like, like, emotional child, yes. But if somebody else was crying, 8-year-old me was, like, side-eyeing them. Picture... Does anyone know that reaction image of, like, they're looking to the side and the person who's, like, at the background is, like, grabbing the other person's, like, lips? It's, like, a really poorly drawn image, and it's, like, used for for someone to stop talking. That's kind of what I was like growing up. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Let's stop talking about it. This is, like, really reaching. I don't know how you'll forget in the morning. Oh my god. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. Sunset Bird was a nice place to live. It had a beach, playgrounds, a good school. At least you thought so. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Coy?
Cove?
Good, he said it for me. Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. You can handle it. It's so crazy. I was blunt growing up. I'm not that blunt. Don't worry. Chill. Don't worry so much. Sure, maybe it's weird and you're not gonna like it, but your dad's there too, right? Yeah. So you're not really all by yourself. Even if it feels like it, you just gotta tell him how you feel. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. He can't do anything if you don't make him hear you, right? Kid go low-key. Listen, 5 years of knowing this game, of like, if I open, hold on, let me actually open Steam right now. You guys are not going to be able to see the screen, but I'm going to open Steam right now and I'm going to look at my hours on this game. Guys, I have 307 hours on this game. I have 307. That is how many hours I have on this. This was my jam. If I don't have that Kid Cove impression down, am I even a fan? Hey, don't worry, it's all sunshine and rainbows. No, that's true, me too. Growing up, I was, sorry, taking a sip. So much reading. Growing up, I was told that I was very sunshine and rainbows as well. Because... because, my mom would, like, distract me with stuff. She had a method where, if I was I never threw a tantrum in public. Like, you know, when you go out to, like, malls or just anywhere and then suddenly you hear a kid be like, ah! I never did anything like that. Because her method is that when I was about to start, like, breaking down, she'd suddenly distract me and be like, what's over there? Like, insert the Markiplier jingle jingle clip. That is exactly what she would do to me. I was so easily distracted. 12 day. Yeah. I love this game. This was, as I said, this was my jam. Get a job, do this. Oh my god. Okay, lock in. Okay, sorry. Let me... Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not-bandaged arm.
Sorry.
I still don't want to go. Well, I do. I'm sorry, Cove. You may not want to go, but I want to go home. I want to go eat dinner. I still kind of am. I can't even say I was. I'm a snitch. Like, as a kid, if I heard that, like, I was that kid who, if someone was like, don't tell the teacher, I told the teacher. Only if it was, like, really bad. I wasn't, like, if someone's trying to, like, you know, like, play a game in secret. in classes, there was a time where I remember there were, like, 2 guys who wanted to hang around at the classroom because someone snuck in, like, I think it was, like, a Switch or, like, a 3DS. And they wanted to just, like, hang out in there and just play their games. And I walked in there and they were like, you, Koi, don't say anything. Because I was a snitch. They were like, don't say anything. And I was like, okay. And I didn't because kudos. If I wanted to actually hang out and I wanted to see the games. But no, they didn't like me that much. So I left. At a grocery store, I checked the aisles and knocked a random bum. I think he was my dad. That's crazy. Oh my god. Ooh, mistaking strangers for friends or family is so embarrassing. Oh my god. I thankfully haven't done it. Like, unless it was, like, really fast, or it's, like, I turn around and I expect to see, like, my parent there. And it's not them. That's, like, the most I've ever done. My parents have done that before, though. Like, they'll just be talking, they'll think it's, like, me, or they'll think it's me next to them, and then they'll turn around, they'll see that it is, in fact, not me, and I am, like, all the way down on the opposite end of the aisle. Wanting to go home, you raise your own voice. Over here! Cove's face soured. He said nothing, but his thoughts were probably pretty nasty at the moment. That boy does not like me. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second. Ugh! Moms! I miss them so much. Oh my gosh. Faces filled with worry. Koi, you're here after all. We had been at the park to check for Cove, and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. Didn't want to go home. Everybody acting like it's such a big thing. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Oh, thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. Guess I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. Ugh. Okay. Now that we have more people here, I can announce my plans that I mentioned during character creation at the beginning. I am making choices, and I'm making choices based off of what I would have done at the current step. So this is step 1, meaning that our main character is 8 years old. So I'm really trying to tap in into what would I have done back then. I think I'm gonna marry him. The concept of romance was not a thing to me as a child. I would actively avoid it. In fact, I still do now. So, you know what? This is gonna be a very platonic-based step. But, you know, he was crying. And that makes me not like him more, because that's like a really awkward thing. You shrugged. He's new here. It was okay. Calm responses. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the 3 of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Koi knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove.
Bye.
He said it for me. The 2 of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? It sounds like words. Okay, smartass, we're... Sure, can I show him my stuff?
Of course.
Oh, prom and I don't got a girl. Oh my god. Yeah, no, romance is so tough. The one time I actually, like, I thought I liked somebody, it was, like, really complicated because romance is, like, a weird thing for me. And I've never had a crush on someone until my first year in high school. I didn't say it was a date, but I did, like, quote-unquote ask this guy if he wanted to hang out with me at homecoming. He did accept. And it was a weird time in my high school was a weird time for me, okay? Like relationship-wise, friend-wise, it was really strange because I don't even do I want to delve into that? I don't want to delve into that. But basically, I get it. I asked a guy out and it was not good. Matching suit to a car? Oh, that's sick. That's really sick. So it's like homecoming. Oh, so it's prom is for like in high school for if you're in junior or senior year, yes? Homecoming is I mean, juniors and seniors can come along, but it's primarily for your first or second year in high school. And that's when like it's like prom but for like opening years. If that makes sense. I hope that's a good explanation. That's basically what it is. It's the same premise. You can bring a date. There's a theme. Sometimes my school was an art school, so obviously we had like really like crazy themes, bonga type of themes. But yeah, it's glorified prom for freshmen and sophomores. Of course. Then okay. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Ooh, here we go! This is where I can really delve into what I'm talking about. This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in later steps. Here's the interesting thing about this game. As I've stated before, I've got 307 hours in this. So I know my way around this. The thing is, I have a designated character for this game, and right now I am not playing as them. I am playing as quote-unquote me. So what would 8-year-old? Definitely crush, as I said, not a thing to me. So fond, yes. Friendship. That is. I was given $20 to be friends with a kid. I'm going to go on through with that problem. What the heck? Oh, sorry. I just noticed I have a sticker on my arm. How did that get there? Is that from my phone? What the? Sorry, I got really thrown off by chat isn't available. I'm so sorry, I do not know what that means. I can see. Anybody to retype. Oh. Yes. Okay. Feelings for Cove. Fond, yes, because romance, not a thing. However, sociable child, I was very direct. I would speak my mind on most things. I was very friendly, so direct fond. This is the way to go. This is gonna be a platonic run for step 1. Able to change it until step 2. Yes. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again, Koi? I like him.
How sweet.
I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? I don't know, am I? Yeah, no. I was a smartass growing up. I was not like, no. Yeah. With all the exasperation an 8-year-old can muster, you looked at your empty cereal bowl, then at Mom. I wasn't a cereal kid growing up. The warm cereal, never. But the reason why I wasn't a cereal fan is because I always insisted on having cereal with the milk cold. But the thing is that like being the first thing you eat, I don't know if it's just me, but like cold stuff being the first thing you eat when you wake up in the morning is like, it upsets the stomach. It just upsets the body, period. Old games 1.8. Not really. Old games? Not so much. We fix cereal with milk. Just straight cereal? Raph, we're raw dogging cereal? No, wait, I can't judge that. That makes sense, because I do that too. I did that too when I used to have cereal. The PS Vita. Oh my god. But old games, no. I fear I don't have that much variation in games and stuff like that. The oldest game I can say I've played is probably like Kinect type of stuff on the Xbox 360, but that was when I was like a kid. I didn't really have like a crazy amount of games growing up. Oh my god. Cereal with milk, oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's better that you ate cereal without milk than, you know, just eating cereal with cold milk in the morning, because as I said, it feels like it hurts the body. But also, like, I was told, because I was like, oh, I like the idea of eating cereal in the morning as long, but the milk is too cold. And I was told, just heat up the milk. What are you, insane? I'm not going to eat cereal with like warm or hot milk. Hot milk is like, it's something that you drink when you're like sick. Like, I feel like that's the type of thing. It's like I like the idea of just eating chicken noodle soup for fun when you aren't sick. It's goated. I was a chocolate cereal kid growing up. I was like Cookie Crisp and I can't remember the other one off the top of my head, but any chocolate cereal, I definitely ate that. Cinnamon Toast Crunch as well, because that was, sometimes they'd serve, sometimes no, they always did. They served cereal for breakfast back in middle and high school, and I would, if someone had free cereal, I would take it, because it was yummy. You looked at your empty cereal bowl, then at Mom.
Okay.
Okay, attitude kid, we see. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Koi, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Zen family! Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. This crunch isn't a thing in Australia? What? That's... Whoa, I didn't know that. I'm assuming there's a variation of it. Like, I do know there's a lot of variations for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Whoa. They're keeping away Peak from you there. They're keeping away Peak from Australia. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good. Like, it's the type of cereal where even if it gets soggy, you can, like, drink the milk because of the cinnamon stuff. It's so good. I found it either. What? Oh my goodness. Cinnamon squares. Any type of thing with cinnamon, it probably tastes the same. I'm gonna get jumped. I'm gonna get jumped by cereal lovers. With his dad standing in front of him and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Ooh. Holding that $20 tight in my pocket, bro. Bracelets. Yes, because I wear bracelets. Bead bracelet. I did have a flower bracelet growing up. Dora style type of bracelet. I do hope someone knows what I'm talking about. That one bracelet that Dora has. Mom, we're going... Jesus, I gulped really loud. Mom, we're going to go play in my room. Your guest blinked, but didn't protest.
Okay.
You said it for me.
Take care.
And Mommy's. Yeah, we got two moms. We got two moms in here. Let us know if you need anything. You too. Sorry, I can't read. I'm losing it. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. You leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. I drew that. I was an artist kid growing up. Yeah. Who saw it coming? Looks at my Twitter art account. Oh my god! I drew that. hates Dora for all the stupid things in it. Yeah. God, I'm trying to think of any stories I have with watching Dora growing up, but I genuinely can't because I don't know if Dora was my childhood show growing up. I think it might have been something else. There was something that I watched that had a Filipino, like, Tagalog variation to it, but I can't remember if it was Dora or if it was something else, but I know it's a kid's show. Cool. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. Nervous, awkward. Okay, think about it. Put 8-year-old me in the shoes. We haven't had a friend over in 5 ever. Bro's just looking around. Who's your housekeeper? What you keep in your house? Shows did you watch as a kid? I was, shocked to say it, I was an anime kid growing up. I would watch, I would watch, Detective Conan. Occasionally, like, if it was on an episode of Dragon Ball Z, if it shows up on TV. But besides that stuff, there was also, the Strawberry Shortcake, yeah, the original one where she was like ginger and she had that like giant hat with the strawberries on it. I don't remember what year that released, but also, I don't know. There's also the 3D animation one where it was like, she had like the hot pink hair and like a strawberry cap. It was a Strawberry Shortcake Kid, Detective Conan, Dragon Ball Z. What else? What else did I watch as a kid? Oh wow, it's like really escaping my head right now. Those are the ones I can remember because those are the most prominent ones. Oh my god, Mooney, hey, what's up? Hello, welcome in. We're still stuck in the prologue. Oh, it's like a wall on the opponent's. On this wall that got points. I think I know what you're talking about, Salmon. I think I know what episode you're talking about. I have like a really vague memory of it, but it sounds familiar. Okay. Okay, as I said, 8-year-old me, new friend. You hoped you liked your room. Yeah, my room is sick as hell. You better like it, or you can't come back. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things he'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. Oh my god, Mooney, are you okay? Are we good? What's that? Sorry, I took a step towards it before I... Is everything alright? I hope you're fine. Okay. So joking, okay. We ball. I just want to make sure that we're fine. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach. Oh. Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I do, look. You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. I forgot about Shiloh. Shiloh? He's friends with my older sister, and he's supposed to hang out here this afternoon. Do I have to see him? You don't have to do anything, but he's gonna be here. Anyway, I found this gigantic shell here stuck to an even bigger rock. You pulled out a seashell. You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Some of their scientific names. No, I was not a smart... No. I was... I didn't lock in on stuff like that. It's a funny stories. Yes! Stories. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room! You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Side-eyeing the $20. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. You should have asked. Okay, but be careful. I didn't really care that much. As a kid, if it's still in the house, you're not taking it home with you. At 8 years old, great. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Perfect hole for my finger. Oh my gosh, sick! A silver ring. Just straight up found a silver ring and a daisy bracelet. Oh my gosh. The most I've scavenged for, those are some really cool finds. That's crazy. The most I've ever scavenged for are, quote unquote scavenged, are like cool rocks. When I was in like between elementary and middle school, I had a phase where I would, wherever I went, if I found a cool rock, I'd take it with me. It was... To this day, I still have like, I think I still have like a small container of just random rocks. Most of them are smooth, because I really like smooth rocks. But occasionally if I find a rock that's like a cool shape. The ring was just there? That's so sick. Unfortunate for whoever lost it. But that is such a sick find. If I can't find it afterwards. Yeah, in my opinion, if someone is taking something, like by the sound of it, like especially like a box of shells, if he's not taking it out of the house and it's not out of my sight, it's totally fine with me. If he just wanted to bring it down to keep looking at it, yeah, sure, I'll keep looking at it too. There was a time that happened to me when I was a kid. I had a friend over, and as a kid, I had like 50 billion sketchbooks, and we were looking through some of them. We were looking through some of the sketchbooks, and my friend decided to take one of them with her. She didn't like leave the house with it, but we ended up moving from my room to the living room, and she took it with her to like keep looking inside and to also draw stuff in there, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? The hell, sure. Let's do family and friends, because why not? That's sweet. That's very nice. I'm assuming the ring was immediately cleaned, but honestly, sick find, really sweet thing to do. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one's the best of them. An orange one? Best one? Okay, now here's the thing of me as a kid. If someone's like, I really like this one, and it's I'm not going to immediately give it. Like, that's what my main character would have done, but me as an 8-year-old, no, not yet. I like a different one. Orange is not my favorite color. Blue was my favorite color back then growing up. Orange, that's one of my favorite colors now. It's one of the things that I really like to use when I draw. Fun fact! Anyways, I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You reached into the box to take out the one you preferred. Cove looked on with interest. Which is great to find stuff. Yes, the beach is really... I've never seen it. I've only seen it in movies. But where it's like someone has like a metal detector when they go out to the beach. I'm always interested in stuff like that, where it's like not just the beach, but there's a guy who on TikTok, from what I've seen, he goes magnet fishing. I think that's a term for it. Where he'll go to a river, he'll throw down like a giant magnet in it, and then he'll get whatever stuff was at the bottom of the river. I find stuff like that sick. like buried treasure type of activity. It's very pirate. If it's someone new, I get Effie. Yeah, absolutely. Sign on top. It was red or blue rivalry at school. Red or blue. God, blue. Blue all the way. Sign on teal on top. I agree. I was so jealous. I had a childhood friend who, when I visited their house, their room was like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, their room was that specific shade of like teal that everybody wanted their room to look like at the time. And I was so mad because I wanted that color so bad. But I was so jealous. I was so jealous. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, he figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. It's just Shiloh, and where would you even go? He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I can go out the window. Whoa! He was already walking towards it. Whoa! Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Do you want to break your other arm? I'll come with you? Nah, bro, me as a kid, no. Actually, no, me as a kid, I'm not leaving the house until I get permission. That was how things rolled in my household. If I wanted to go hang out with friends, if I wanted to set foot outside, I had to find my parents and I had to go, can I go outside? Okay, so this guy, he definitely can't go out on his own. Parents, they tweak. Shiloh's the least scary person alive. Relax, guy. I would awkwardly stand there. Meeting, like, friends of a friend is always gonna be the most awkward thing, and it doesn't. Well, yeah, it gets worse the older you get, but when you're, like, a kid, I feel like it's so much easier to be friends with your friend's friend. I don't know, I feel like that's a me thing, or, I don't know. If it's a me thing, that's how it just worked for me. All warm colors in terms of clothes and stuff, but I loved blue. Yes! Blue on top. Blue is such a good color. Blue is very easy to look at, as long as it isn't that, like, really bright or, like, saturated blue. Hello! I'm assuming you're shorts. I don't know your guys' users on YouTube, but hello, welcome in. Yes, Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Every single bunny rabbit is scarier than Shiloh. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. Just finally validated. Blue is always good. Pants? Oh, of course. I'm so sorry, Pants. My bad, Pants. I'm so sorry. 2 days ago, I walked out when I hug him in front of his brother. Yeah, it's, oh my god. I have Twitter. Yes. Welcome. Oh my god. Wait, sorry. I don't want to see him. I don't know him. Okay. I have to keep rewinding once to... Oh my god, guys. It's like a full meetup over here in the chat. Okay. You encouraged him? Yeah, to stay here. Yeah, that's what I would have done. He's not bad. Really, Shiloh's gonna be more scared of you than you are of him. Okay. Shiloh poked his head into the living room. It was impossible to know for sure. Ooh, I just remembered what Shiloh sounds like. I need to take a sip of water because good God. I'm gonna try to do voices as well as I can, but ooh, Shiloh. It was impossible to know for sure if he'd heard what you'd been saying or not, but you guessed that he had.
Hi.
Ooh. My throat's gonna be destroyed by the end of this, guys. And we aren't even in the steps yet. This is the prologue. Hi, Koi. And hi, Cove? Cove shot you an uneasy glance. He doesn't want to be here. He's like, get me out of here.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Shiloh. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckles. Look at that squeaker. MC, are you playing for this one? Yeah, it's very high-pitched. My throat's gonna be ruined here. The MC, I am not playing as my regular one that I have had for 5 years. I am not playing as Cody. I'm playing as sort of myself. Appearance-wise, not so much, but I'm trying to, like, make choices that, are choices that I would have done in the current step. So, like, you know, step 1, 8 years old. I'm trying to make choices that I would have done if I were 8. I don't know if I'm even going to do step 2 or step 3, but I'd do the same there. Personality-wise as well, with the, sorry, I'm trying to remember what it's called again. Or, like, the relationship with Cove. We're doing, right now, a direct fond route, because the crush route was not a concept to me at 8. Romance? That's not going to be unlockable until step 3, if ever. Self-insert. Yeah, a little cringe, a little silly, a little funny. We're having a good time with it. You have a lot of freckles. Right. I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Can I do it? Good lord. Ooh. The characters' names. No, yeah, when I remember first playing this, I immediately, like, pulled out a how to pronounce YouTube video for Shiloh. When I first, like, read Shiloh's name, I, like, pronounced it as, like, Shiloh, actually. Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, that's very not right. We're playing visual novels, cringe comes to the genre, yes. You're so right. Oh, we're so free, we're free, we're free. Oh, I can feel my throat. I can feel my throat. Cove shrugged and looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? Okay. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at beach things some more. Sounds like that. It's not Shiloh, it's Shiloh. And I'm so confident in that because I corrected myself. Okay. I also said it like Shiloh. Oh, it is Shiloh. No, it is pronounced as Shiloh. I hope that's what I'm saying. I hope it's... If I suddenly learn after 5 years of playing this game that it is not pronounced Shiloh after correcting myself, I'm going to lose it. There's no way it isn't Shiloh. You weren't really... Oh my goodness. I need to drink more water. Pet. I got a crow at my school we feed called Pizza. What? A crow? That's sick. He gets bullied by other crows for having a broken beak? Free that little guy. No, that's so cute. He's called Pizza. But yes, I do have a pet. I used to have a dog. Rest in peace, my dog. I love my dog. She was like a little Chihuahua Terrier mix. But right now, I have a black cat, and his name is Hermes, and he's turning 2 in, like, next week. I believe it's 2. Yeah, 2 years old. But yes. It was Shiloh. Oh! It's like finding out Tio was pronounced with, like, a C at the beginning. Yeah, I will say, I remember playing, Our Life Now and Forever. And when I first read Tio, I believe, I would pronounce their name as Q, like the letter, and I was like, the more that got revealed, and then it was like, oh, full name is Chiolin, I was like, oh shit, it's like they're Chinese. I'm mispronouncing this name so bad. Once again, I had to go to howtopronounce.com on YouTube. Oh my god. Wait, opposite to Shiloh. Oh my goodness. Shiloh. Shayla. My cat's 6. Her name's Kit Kat. She's a tuxedo. Aw, that's so sweet. Free that crow. Free pizza. Get pizza out of there. Release pizza. Whew. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. This is a scallop shell I found last week. I kept it because it looks neat. It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Oh, I'm getting kicked by talking so much.
Pink is a nice color.
Okay.
You don't get.
I forgot how funny he was in step 1. It's like, that's really great. All right. Who asked? Who is this kid? Okay.
Oh? Is it your favorite?
Not really.
What is?
Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. And since I knew that the Q in Chinese isn't actually Q. You know what was so great? I too played Genshin. Yike. I said it and it felt like I stabbed myself. I do played Genshin, and how I learned how to pronounce Tio's name is there was a TikTok video that I came across where it was someone showing how to pronounce certain Genshin characters' names, and it was specifically Xingqiu's name. Like, if anyone remembers that that kid with the dark teal slanted bob in that outfit. Fish. I've been hydrating. The way I've already almost gone through one whole water bottle row. And just go, stop. It was okay. I had a whole Genshin phase, okay? Okay, I was in a really dark time in my life. I stopped playing when All Hatham, there was another banner for All Hatham, and I got him and I won. So that was when I stopped playing Genshin. All I wanted was All Hatham. I got him. I leveled him up. I finished. I win the game. But yes, Xingqiu is how I learned, because the end of Xingqiu's name is QIU. So I'm like, oh, okay, if I just cut off the Xing at the part, then there's how to pronounce Mixed Xiaolin's name. I'm hydrating, good god. Him and Chongyan. Oh my god. Xingqiu and Chongyan. The OGs. One of the OG ships in Genshin. It was Chi-Chi for me. Ah, Chi-Chi is definitely huge as well. Oh my god. God, Chi-Chi is definitely a really easy way to know how to pronounce Tio. Chat is faster than Super Me. Oh my gosh. Ooh. We don't talk about how slow stream is. Okay. Sorry. Rewind. Where were we? Colors, right.
Is it your favorite?
Not really.
What is?
Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow.
Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
Yeah. That boy does not care. Whatever, man. Whatever. There are better colors. No. Those colors listed, I like those colors. Really good colors. I think those are actually my favorite colors currently. Plus orange. I like those colors too.
Awesome.
Good lord, that voice actor's pitch is high. Don't die on me, please. No. Don't die. Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, I just realized that I gotta lock in on Lizzie as well. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you, either.
Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know.
Thank God he said it for me.
Where'd she go?
I think she's at the beach. Probably.
Is she playing at her park?
Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park, and he looked towards you. He's like me. He's like me for real.
There's a park?
Yep, but it's old.
Can you show me? I wanna go.
He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. I know Shiloh's PA was suffering. It's a good thing that whoever it was just had to record these really short lines, because good lord. Ooh. Really? You do too, right, Koi? Oh god, fuck, lock in.
Really? You do too, right, Koi? The park is fun.
I switched back to my normal voice, because good lord, I can feel it. I love the park. I love the park, guys. The park is great.
The park is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's right at...
Ooh.
It's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do, and lots of sand.
It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings.
That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we gonna find Lizzie?
I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. He don't care. So yeah, no. It was a fully voiced game. Like, fully voiced, like hit game A Date with Death. where they put Jonah Scott to work. Good god. I can't even imagine fully voiced. Oh my god. So it would be hell. Absolutely, with all like the choices and the tiny details. Ugh. Like hearing from Alpha Anarchy about like how long it took to record A Date with Death since it was fully voiced, DLCs, all of that. Ooh. I can't even imagine. Fully voiced visual novels have my full respect. Don't play. Don't play. I don't know about that. Guys, I can only lower my reputation, so I'm gonna maybe I'll consider. Maybe who knows? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Okay. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. Absolute beast, because that script is like a million words and going. Absolutely. Oh my god. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, oh my god. Dude. Playground, peak. There was, growing up when I was in elementary school, like, I lived in an apartment complex back then, and there, at the apartment complex, there was a playground. Luckily for me, my classmates and, like, close friends also lived at the same apartment complex, and they were near the playground, so we would hang out there. Ugh, playgrounds, bro. I'm reminiscing. Voiced. When we're doing all on F stream and we voice the characters, oh my god. Guys, Fanda Buen. Ritter Tamrak, oh my god. Y'all over here doing a casting call in chat. I miss playgrounds. Dude, if I could, like, I mean, it'd be weird to show up at the playground now, but it's like, just showing up with when nobody's around. Dude, swing sets? I miss those. I miss swing sets. It's rare to, like, where I currently live right now, to go to a park and find a swing set is low-key kind of rare. The McDonald's playground, like the dark inside parts? Absolutely. Oh my god. I didn't hang out in, like, the McDonald's playground stuff often. I think, like, I only did that, like, I stopped going to those, like, first year after coming to the States. Because the place always was very, like, it smelled like piss. It was absolute ass. There were too many kids. It was... It was also, like, really terrifying. Yeah, and the places that were, like, not as lit. Chuck E. Cheese was a nightmare for me. The most I did at Chuck E. Cheese or those like arcade games, going into the actual like playpen and like the set going up and down with the slides were terrible because then you'd be shocked because of all the plastic. Hate those. That's why I hate the slides the most. I was never a fan of slides. Previously in playgrounds, I was always meeting new people. Making friends at the playground was always such a good time. It was so much easier to make friends as a kid. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Chuck E. Cheese not a thing in Australia. Oh my god, I am learning that so many things do not exist in Australia. Good. Honestly, good. Hoi, Shiloh. Hi. Ooh, I'm gonna get a lot of voice cracks here. I feel like a 13-year-old boy. Oh, I didn't even read that. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna need Lizzie to do the voice, because I don't remember what Lizzie sounds like. It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
There we go. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh my god. Especially snakes inspire. Oh my god. Maybe it's a good thing that Chuck E. Cheese doesn't exist there, because then I feel like it would definitely be a home to those things. It's a good thing. It's a good thing it doesn't exist. I remember. Hi, Cove. Hi, okay. We're gonna fluctuate with her voice a little bit. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the idea to the newcomer. Uh-oh, I'm beginning to see words. Without interrupting Lizzie's speech, Cove whispered in your ear, quiet enough that the others wouldn't overhear. I thought kids couldn't own places like parks or hills. He got me. You couldn't help but laugh a tiny bit. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are?
Uh-huh.
Maybe. Oh, maybe? Why'd I say maybe? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie's the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Koi's age?
Yeah.
Thank you, he said it for me. Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh's just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of the ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Okay. Only some. What did you want me to do? She's clearly making fun of it. It's just only some of them don't like kids. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down. Cove, relax! Don't make fun of him! He's new! She was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Koi in school. You did? You'll see tons of kids there when summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. He doesn't like him. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely, you didn't really know. But she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Okay. It's so funny. I love it. It's like, okay. Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. You offered him a small smile, and that at least looked to reassure him some. Oh my god. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days, when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Oh my god, we're here! We're definitely... How long have we been here? Oh my god, we've been here for an hour and 30. This is when I can start saving, because this is... Oh, step 1. Ooh. We're definitely not going to be able to finish this stream, because this is a lot. You know, we're gonna left to right. Let's go. Shopping! Oh my goodness, let me readjust my stance. Do what Lizzie said. Something, put up your feet. Kick back, relax. I don't remember what she said. I already forgot. Hold on. Hydration break. Yeah, there's a lot of content for this game, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Okay. Come back before it gets dark, alright, sport? The familiar voice drifted across the street and drew your attention away from the snail you'd been watching inch slowly across the pavement. Sorry, hold on, let me tweak with something real quick. Alright, there we go. Cove waited in front of his dad, pushing his green hair back off his face from where the breeze was blowing it over his glasses. He looked to be paying only a mild amount of attention as he was being handed a few slips of green paper. Cliff just handing out cash. It reminded you of when you'd first met Mr. Holden, although he's probably not paying Cove to be friends with himself. Cove's dad seemed to feel your gaze somehow, or maybe you'd made a noise, because a second later his eyes were on you. He waved you over with a smile. He looked happy to see you, but you still felt a little weird for getting caught. You've got to learn how to be more sneaky. You brushed your hands together to free them of sand, then jogged over to join the two, smiling at Cove first and then his dad. Koi, hi.
How's it going?
Good to see you again. What excitement are you up to today, Koi?
Stuff.
Some shit I'd actually say if I were 8.
I found a really cool snail across the road. He was slimy, with funny eyes and a nice shell.
Mr. Holden grinned at your enthusiasm. After you finished answering the question, Mr. Holden's attention returned to Cove, who was preoccupied with folding the bills he had into a tiny rectangle. Sounds fun. You know, Cove is about to hit the stores by the beach. Why don't you go with them? You gave a ready nod, turning to squint in the direction of the stores like you could see the goods they had to offer all the way from where you stood.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't mind. Great. I'm sure you guys will have loads of fun. Mr. Holden reached into his pocket and pulled out a leather wallet filled with money. He found it odd since your mom's only ever seemed to have cards in theirs. Here. He leaned in to pass a crisp 10 to Cove, giving him a wink and a whisper. Get something for your friend, too. Sure.
Good kid.
That's my boy. Cove's dad ruffled his son's hair as he was straightening back up, the bill in his hand still held out towards the green-haired boy. Take care. Cove accepted the bill after a second and slipped it into his pocket. Then, with one last nod to his dad, he turned and started walking. Don't talk about my voice crack, bro. I can actively feel my throat, like, acting up. I feel like a prepubescent child again. You followed after him, intrigued at the possibilities this outing might bring. Cove strayed towards the gentle tide, creeping up the sand, and you fell into place beside him. It was a nice day. The sun was shining, and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the wind coming off the ocean kept it from being too hot. You took in a deep breath, enjoying the scent of salt and ocean air. When you looked at Cove, he was dragging his feet through the sand a little, and you slowed down to wait for him. His eyes searched the ground intently. You're looking for snails, or are you looking for shells? What is it? How nosy was it? Insert that one gif of Cynthia Erivo, like, tapping her head in thought. That's me right now. I recreate that every time I have to think of this. Quick sip. What would 8-year-old me do? for snails. I don't really like bugs or snail. What is a snail? I don't think a snail is a bug. A snail isn't a bug because it doesn't have legs, right? Wait, I actually don't know what a snail is. Maybe it's like a weird, like, different type of thing. A snail, I feel like a snail is a bug. I'm looking it up, sorry. This is a good break for me to take. I'm looking at what a snail is. Is a snail a bug? Gastropod mollusks. Ah. Okay. They're more closely related to octopuses, squid, and clams. Wait, that's cool. Gastropod. Okay, that sounds right. Crab pinched my toe for no reason. Yeah. Crabs, they be like that. The most interactions I've had with a crab are at Seafood City in the containers, but no, literally anywhere else. No. Okay. Lock back in. What is it? Nothing. He kept staring down at the ground, though. You bit down on your lip a little, wanting to say something else, but not knowing what. 8 bugs for fun. Huh? Weird. That's odd. Oh my god. Huh? It's so strange. The comforting sound of the waves filled the silence with pleasant white noise, and you played a little game with yourself as you walked along, getting as close to the water as possible without getting wet. It resulted in you having to run up the sand quickly when a wave rushed in more than a few times, and although Cove threw a few glances your way, he didn't say a word. Yeah, why are we going to the shops, Ro? What did you want to go to the shops for? I need a new sand pail. Yeah? What happened to your old one? Cove narrowed his eyes, seeming to think deeply for a second.
Whoa.
It disappeared. What? Really? Cove ducked his head down, lacing his fingers behind his back. It didn't seem like he was going to continue, so you nudged his arm. How did that happen? Well... Cove opened his mouth, then shut it again, considering. I took it to the beach one day. Uh-huh. When I got home, it wasn't anywhere. You left it there? Nope, it wasn't at the beach when I went back. Then you lost it. It disappeared.
So...
Bro. I forgot about that. What about you? What do you do out here? Ooh, like looking at fish. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I don't know if I've mentioned this publicly. Despite my name, I have a fear of fish. I can look at fish at an aquarium. Aquariums, I don't mind. Just the idea of touching them? No. Wait, hold on. He genuinely picked up worms and grasshoppers and other slimy stuff and ate them in front of a few... Oh, that's weird. That's so odd. I wonder where he is now. Kid was like a mole in another life. What? Oh my god. You're a fish too. Oh my god, Raph, you get me. You're near me. Yes, I had. Oh my god, wait. Koi lore drop again. Lore drop. The reason why I have a fear of fish is because of 2 events in my life. When I was both of them when I was in the Philippines. One was, my mom took me to a fish market when I was like 5. And, you know, being like a really annoying kid, I really liked touching all of the fish. I was very unhygienic, I know, but I was like 5 and I was dumb. So I would, like, at the fish market, I'd be like poking them. I'd be like, hee hee. One of the fish was like really fresh still and immediately started jumping. I got jump scared by a fish. I'm not proud of that. But the second event, I got jump scared by a fish again. But this time, it was in a tank. The tank was like, it was clearly not being taken care of. It was like, you look in the water and it was just straight up green. You can't even see the fish. So, the thing is, I was told that there's a fish in there. And if you tap the glass, it'll like swim by and you'll see it. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Once again, I was still probably like 5 or 6. So, I go up to the tank and I'm, you know, unhygienic, gross kid. I go up, I look at the glass, like my face is up against it, and I'm tapping the glass, and it's only the fish, it the picture, that Foxy jump scare gif, that was what it did to me. It rammed its face into the glass and I reeled back so far. That is why I am afraid of fish. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. So no, I like looking at fish, but in the concept of looking at fish in the sea when they're around me, no thank you. I don't come to the beach a lot. That's accurate. That's accurate. I gotta go, might be back. Well, thank you for being here, Salmon. If you don't come back, thank you. You're still like getting near me. God, I'd be. Ugh, I'm thinking about fish now, and I don't want to. I don't want to think about fish. I'm good. You come to the beach? I don't come to the beach a lot. No, I wasn't a beach kid. You liked the beach, fine, but you rarely went down without Lizzie. Today had been a special occasion. Why? I don't know. I guess I'm doing other stuff. Cove seemed personally offended by this revelation. The beach must matter a lot to him. That makes sense. His name is Cove, after all. Once you reached the shopping area, the noise level grew exponentially. No longer just waves and footsteps, but the chatter of people enjoying the lovely summer day, the call of birds trying to find bits of food left behind, and lots of salespeople trying to get attention. Oh my god, pizza mention. Pizza the Crow mention. You sniffed the air as you walked beside Cove. You could still smell the ocean, but there were other scents now too. Pizza, pretzels, hot donuts. Yeah, it was nice. Food? The energy surrounding the area— dude, a pretzel sounds so good right now. The energy surrounding the area seemed to fill you, and there was a bounce in your step as you began looking at all the familiar sights. There were so many things to do, and you didn't know where to begin. You looked at Cove, hoping he was just as excited as you were. Cove was glancing from one side of the street to the other with a look in his aquamarine eyes that you couldn't quite work out. What's that? Cove pointed to a large crowd of people gathered near a few tables with large, colorful umbrellas blooming from their middles. You couldn't see past the adults who were blocking the way, but you knew there must be something worth seeing. Without another word, the two of you hurried over to see what all the commotion was about. Feast your eyes on the amazing Alexander! In the center of the crowd was a man with a tall hat and a funny green coat that had 3 long tails. There was a little table next to him with a cloth hanging over it that read, "The Amazing Alexander" in glittery golden script. Why tell people his name if it's already on a sign? Cove hummed with understanding, then turned to walk away just as the Amazing Alexander began shuffling a deck of cards. No, bro, come back. It's a magic. I want to see the show. Cove glanced back at the man. He then briefly lifted his arms up off his sides before returning them to place.
Okay.
He does not care. You know, whatever, man. He may not be impressed, but at least he didn't ditch you. You grinned, waving for him to follow you as you raced back to stand in the crowd. With that, it began. The magic man pulled one card out of the deck, showing it to the curious onlookers. It was a 4 of diamonds. Watch closely. You did, squeezing through a few of the adult onlookers to get a better view. Suddenly, the man snapped his fingers and the card just disappeared. Whoa! He does not care, bro. The Amazing Alexander, who had earned his title, turned his head and looked directly at you. He reached out with a kind smile. What's this behind your ear? Nothing? It was true. You didn't keep anything there. He smelled like popcorn and candy when he stepped closer, and you wrinkled your nose in confusion as you watched him. You felt a tug, and then he pulled the 4 of diamonds out from behind your ear. Dude. I wish I could witness a magic trick in real life. I have never seen, like, a magician in real time. Oh, it's only been social media. It's only been, like, YouTube videos. I wish I could see, like, live magic, bro. Because that, like, seeing it in person feels like it would be so much more different. What? You knew that it couldn't really have come from your ear, but you still didn't know how he'd done it. There was light applause from the crowd, and the man gave a deep bow. This is for you. The magician plucked a pair of balloons from a clump of them tied down to his table. Both were in the shape of a dolphin instead of being a normal circle. And one for your friend too. Thank you for being my assistant. Wow. Now you were really grateful he chose you. After that, he went to someone else in the crowd. Pick a card, any card. Dude. My uncle does that every time he visits. Not the balloons, the stuff with the cards. Cove spoke plainly while reaching over to take the dolphin that had been designated for him. He was like, so it's like, that's nothing special. My uncle does that. At least you had a fun time. I know Cove's whole family is magic. Ruining the fun. He was just stating it. At 8 years old, if I heard that, I would just hear that someone in their family is a magician. That's great. Maybe the whole family magic thing would be true then. It's like, yeah, you have magicians in your family? Yeah. If so, he was lucky. The crowd started to clear some, and you noticed to the side there was a whole rack of brightly colored kaleidoscopes on display. Kaleidoscope, Rubik's Cube, Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball, definitely. Oh, Cove, check this out! You shifted your balloon string to the other hand so you could hold it up in front of you. Then you thought of a question in your mind, shaking the ball and hearing some kind of liquid slide. Question, what kind of question? Does Cove rock with me? Once you had given it a good shake, you held it upright, waiting for the answer to appear. Concentrate and ask again. Dang! You wrinkled your nose and set the magic 8 ball back on the rack. Fake out. I got faked out. It wasn't the answer you were hoping for. You followed Cove around to the other side of the stall. He went under the awning, careful of his own floating dolphin, and you joined him. Are you having fun? I don't really like it here. It's a cool place. There's food. I'm going to like it there. 8-year-old me would like it there, dude. Thinking about it now, current me would like it there. Are you having fun? Are we chill? Are we good? Are you having fun? He nodded and you smiled back at him, happy to hear it. Yes! Score. When Cove moved towards some stalls nearby, you followed beside him. Oh, I forgot about how cute the art is here. While Cove looked at sand pails, you were drawn to a table with colorful keychains laid out on it. They were sewn in the shape of sea creatures, and there was a plaque that read, handmade, standing proudly in front. Wait, that's sick. I don't remember that detail. It being handmade is so awesome. There were lots of different types. You saw a dolphin, a shark, a crab, a turtle. Dolphins. What would 8-year-old me? 8-year-old me would have probably grabbed a dolphin. Blue. Wink, wink. But, I can't say but. Currently, I would choose a crab or a turtle. The shark, if the shark is like this, no thanks. I like the bright and colorful stuff. But yeah, we're gonna go with the dolphin. Your hand stopped on the dolphin, so similar to your balloon animal. It was made of a bright material that caught the sunlight when you picked it up. You remembered once seeing a pod of dolphins swimming out in the distance at the beach, jumping out of the water and splashing as they dived back in again. That was a great day. You were instantly enamored. Checking the price, though, your heart fell. $6! You didn't know much about money, but you thought that was a lot to spend on one thing. You rarely... $6 for something handmade? For like a... Wait, that feels kind of... that feels kind of like low ball. I feel like it could be like a little bit higher, at least like near 10, maybe like 8 or 10. Like handmade plush keychains? Dude. Well, 6 is nice though. 6 is sweet. Turtle for you. Oh my god. I miss going to it. I want to go to an aquarium again. I say having been to one like 2 months ago. You rarely had more than a $5 bill to your name. Though that changed the day when you met Cove, and his dad. You still had the $20 bill Mr. Holden gave to you hidden away in your room. It was a grand sum of money, but you couldn't spend something that was at home instead of in your pocket. It's so cheap. It really is. Like, $6 for handmade plush keychains is... I mean, and I'm assuming, like, it's a PNG, so it's hard to tell, but I'm assuming it looks high quality. 2006. Shoot, you're right. I forgot that this takes place in 2006. You're right. Dude, I was 0 years old. I wasn't even a thought back then. I might have been like a week. If this is taking place in summer, yeah, I might have been like a week old. maybe you'd have to ask your moms to bring you here again one day, now that you knew what you wanted.
Is that what you want? Huh? Oh, it's $6. I didn't bring any money.
Alright.
That's fine.
Huh? Yay! I'm immediately accepting it. Wasn't even born, bro. Bro wasn't even a thought. Dude, there was a chance that... No, wait, I was a thought because I was going to be bored. I was... The concept of a ref. Hooray! Okay, as a child, if someone is like, I could buy that for you, I am not downplaying. I downplay now because it's like, are you sure you don't got to? Because it's like, come on, man, there's no need to be doing all that. 8 years old, if someone's like, I'll get this for you. Hell yeah, thank you! Hooray! Cove took the keychain from your hands, and that was that. He was holding a small yellow bucket for himself, too.
I was always gonna get you something. I already got the money for it.
You beamed, excited at the idea of displaying the keychain somewhere in your room. It was nice of Cove's dad to let Cove buy something for you, too. You had to remember to thank him next time you saw him. After Cove paid, the two of you stepped out of the store side by side, your balloon dolphins knocking together and spiraling around in the air. You watched Cove hold up his new pail to his face, examining it thoroughly. Hey, Cove? Yeah? Thanks is definitely what I'm gonna say, because thanking is common courtesy. I was taught that as a child. It's a basic skill. Skill is, I don't even know how else to say it. You thank people. That's how it works. This is so funny. This is so... Ooh. This is something, okay. Considering that I'm playing this as to how I would act if I were 8. If this took place if I were like 5 or 6, I would be choosing this. I was a very blunt child growing up. I would straight up ask people if they were like trying to tell me something. It's like, do you have a problem? Like, that's what I was told. That's what my mom told me that. This isn't coming from me. My mom was just like, there was one time where she sat me down and because she was like, she got upset over something that I did. And so she was trying to have a talk with me. And she asked me, hold on, I'm trying to remember exactly how it goes. She asked if I had a problem or if I was like upset about something. And my response in her words was, like, no, Mom, I don't have a problem. Why do you have a problem? And she loves telling that story so much because I had so much sass growing up. Like, unprompted, I don't have a problem. Do you? Blinks cutely type of okay, lower drop over. Thanks for the keychain. Don't worry about it. Cove looked further down the street where different food carts were lined up. He rested his non-cast arm over his stomach, and just as he did, yours let out a light growl. You hadn't eaten since breakfast, and after all this wandering around, you were definitely ready for some lunch. Well, let's get some food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of an audio, but I'm not going to dwell on that. You two wandered around a short while, looking at all the delicacies that were available. Everything looked delicious, and as the different smells, both sweet and salty, wafted over to you, your stomach growled even louder. After passing up hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream, and pizza, you both agreed on pretzels. I'm so mad. A pretzel sounds really good. I want a pretzel bad. Cove got something sweet and cinnamony, and you, dude, Auntie Anne's pretzels. Wait, there's another pretzel chain that I can't remember the name of. Wetzel's Pretzels. Auntie Anne's and Wetzel's Pretzels. I love their little cinnamon bites. The cinnamon bites are so good. But right now, the pretzels with chocolate. Chocolate. I was a chocolate child growing up. I still am. I love chocolate right now. Right now, to this day. Yeah, I wish I had some. You licked your lips hungrily as the vendor handed your pretzel over, ready to take a big bite. It had tiny marshmallows on it and was dripping with chocolate, just how you liked it. Your moms didn't like you to eat too much sugar, but this was a special occasion. Auntie Anne's, my beloved. Yes! You get me, Raph! You get me! Auntie Anne's and their little... The pizza bites? Oh my god, their pizza bites are so good. I think I've only had them a couple times. But, Dude, stop. I'm craving. I'm craving. I want it bad. But I fear I'm so biased, and the Cinnabites are really good. I forget. I think Cinnabites are what they're called. I don't remember. You found an empty table close enough to the beach that... Okay. I need to relax. You found an empty table close enough to the beach that the grit of the sand made terrible noises when you dragged the chairs out to sit down. These balloons are gonna make it hard to eat. Cove placed his bucket on the table as he stared at his still balled up hand that was wrapped around the string. You opened your mouth to agree before an idea hit you. I know. After carefully placing... Ooh, voice crack. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere, it wouldn't get sandy. I didn't read that right. Can't see anyone's messages. Ooh. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's a real glitchy. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere it wouldn't get sandy, you tugged the balloon dolphin out of Cove's hand and tied it in a delicate bow around his wrist.
Oh.
Cove bounced his arm up and down in place, testing the stability of your knot. After watching his balloon jostle around but remain attached, he smiled, satisfied. There, now do mine. He repeated the ritual. Cove... Jesus Christ, my chair, bro. Cove struggled somewhat with the cast, restricting his fingers on one hand and the string already tangled around the other.
Okay.
Got it. The two of you spent a moment admiring your handiwork, both hands now free to allow easy munching on your pretzel. Hold on. I gotta take a sip, y'all. Easy munching on your pretzels. Actually, you know what? I'm just running out of water. So, and my voice is getting knocked out. I know we're in the middle of a moment, but right now, we are going to take a really quick break because I need it, guys. I'm going to be right back. I'm gonna go grab some more water. Hold on, be right back. Alright, I am back. I'm so sorry. I also needed to put my trays in. Cause I honestly, I won't lie, I took a little bit longer because I went out to find something to snack on, and then I realized that snacking would just make it worse. So I didn't. Crocheting? Wait, what are you crocheting? I'm interested. I've only crocheted once. And it went okay. Tensky. What is that? Hold on. Is that what I think it is? Ah, yep, I know what it is. Sensei, I like you so much. I've been considering getting it. It seems like it's fun. I remember playing the demo. It was fun. I didn't really find myself hooked on it. Is it fire? Is it fire? Please tell me. Granny squares with patterns for a cardigan. Wait, that's so sick! Mooney, are you gonna post it? Are you gonna post it on your private when you do it? That's I want to see. It seems cute. Days in under 2 days? Huh? I'm considering get it. Really, really like. You guys are low-key worth it. You know what? I've got a few ships in mind. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. I think I already have it on my wish list, so maybe, maybe. Oh, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the pictures, Mooney. Demon Renee? Dude. Ooh, ooh. The most merch I got, that is... Oh my god. On sale till 24. Wait, hold on. I know I'm supposed to go back to game, but I'm gonna check it out real quick. Hold on. let me see how much it is. Where's it at? Uh-oh. Wait, did I remove it from my wish list? That's odd. That's strange. Oh! It's 1070. You know what? Okay, I'm putting it back on. That's for another time. Sun, moon, heart, 2 types of spiral, and on a spade. Oh my god! Spade. Twist mention. So sorry. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see. That sounds so cool. Okay. Lock back in. I gotta focus. I gargled hot water so I could relax, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna work. And I low-key... Oh, I just drank. I low-key might have a lisp now because I got my trays in, and it's gonna be so much more awkward. Okay. The two of you spent a moment admiring your handiwork, both hands now free to allow easy munching on your pretzels. You bit into the doughy treat, savoring the taste on your tongue with a smile as you looked out over the ocean. Deuce Spade. Deuce Spade, what are you doing here? After a time, you finished your pretzel. You were done before Cove. It was boring not having anything to do. I was done before Cove? That's what makes sense, Key, today. Stop. Shh. Don't reveal future plans. Okay. Okay. You were done before Cove is crazy. It's not available here. Huh? I'm sure there are like storyline videos on YouTube. But oh my god. I mean, you know what? Maybe probably for the best. But like, oh my god. I can't say they're keeping Peak away from you. It's not really. Ball? Is ball? Okay. I don't understand the slang tiers right now. Is peak above bulk? I'm assuming it is. Doing all that. Oh my god. I'm assuming peak is above ball. Because, you know, it's the peak, so it's like a really good reference. It's oh, guys, I think I'm Unk. guys, oh no, why am I thinking about how slang works? Oh god. Okay. I haven't, like, looked at the twist plot line in a while. Didn't, like, book 8 start dropping? I think 7.5 finished and now they're slowly dropping 8. Right, because they released the RSA students. Who's Unk? Stop! No, I'm not Unk. I'm not. False. You don't know that. You don't know that. I'm not Unk. I swear. Okay. I think I need to lock in. Okay. Stop. Okay, I lost my youngling status the moment I turned 20, bro. Okay, the moment I lost teen in my age, I don't know anything. My joints hurt. My stamina depleted. I lost everything. After a time, I've started saying kids these days. Okay. After a time, you finished your pretzel. You were done before Cove. It was boring not having anything to do. Insane that I finished my pretzel before Cove did, and he didn't just straight up wolf it down. You pulled on the string of your balloon to bring it down to your level. Then you held the dolphin in your hands, manipulating it to look like it was jumping through the air. If you turned to face towards the beach, it almost looked like it was swimming in the waves like a real dolphin. A laugh came from your side. When you glanced back at Cove, he had left the remaining part of his pretzel on the wrapper, and he was gripping his dolphin too. Names? What would 8-year-old me do? What would 8-year-old me do? Movies, Prince of Dolphins, she's an alien. Damn, they're just a regular dolphin. That's already... I don't want to lean through that. I wouldn't do any of these. I'd just be playing with the dolphin and making noises with it, bro. Sure. Mine's name is Merryweather. He's the prince of the dolphins. He wears a crown made of seaweed, and all his friends are merfolk. Every now and then, he'll make friends with the kid and let them ride on his back. You sighed, wishing you could meet a real dolphin like Merryweather. What's yours? Cove considered- sorry, hold on, tweaking with the wires a bit. Cove considered this question, placing the balloon against the table and resting his free arm across it in contemplation. It's... With a loud pop, the dolphin exploded into ribbons. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! For a second, all Cove did was gape in shock, like you. Then his cheeks puffed up, squinting his eyes, and you saw tears start to glisten. Cove, I get you. I didn't pop balloons and lose them that way when I was a kid. I fear I was the type of kid where balloons just naturally flew away from me, and then I'd have to watch them fly up into the sky, and then I'd get sad. It happened to me when I was younger. My mom and I came back from, like, someone's, like, it was some sort of party, and I got, like, a giant Hello Kitty balloon. And then right as we got back home and she was unlocking the door, we did do the thing. We did tie it around my wrist. It loosened and it flew away, and I had to stand there and I had to watch it, and I think about it to this day and I'm still mad. That was my balloon, bro. Quiet. Oh no, bro. I understand your loss. This is a grave loss and we'll never forget it. You offered to take it. Take the balloon. You looked at Cove, then up to your balloon, bobbing gently in the air above you. You can have mine. That was better than letting him cry more. Cove sniffled, glancing up at the balloon, then back at you. No, it's yours. I don't want to take it from you. It's okay, really. Cove shook his head. Even though it wasn't your fault, you felt bad. Still, the offer seemed to lift Cove's spirits, and that was good. The passing of Cove's... I forget how good some of the phrasers are in here. The passing of Cove's balloon was the last major event of your adventure. In the end, the two of you headed back late that afternoon. You separated on the beach, and while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pail in hand, you decided to sit for a while. You watched the waves and the sunset, fiddling with your new keychain. Another summer day was drawing to a close. It had been a good one, except for the sad final note. Oh my god, here we go. And then we save again. This is the strat. I'm not sure if this is a me thing, but this is the strat that I do. Every time when the moment select screen is up here, I save, and then we finish, and then we finish a moment, and then we save again. Spade looks like a mushroom. Hey, close enough. A mushroom seems like it'd be cuter. A mushroom would be cute. Let's do grown up. Time is it? Alright, we might have time for a couple more. One sweltering summer day, you were in your living... Ugh. Oh my god, my teeth. You were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sounds of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your moms had left the two of you, along with Lizzie, to play amongst yourselves. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon. Real? At least according to Mommy. So your sister was starting to get impatient waiting for her golf class that evening. The three of you had had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then, suddenly, a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy. Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play.
Why?
Oh, bro, I'm unraveling it. Oh, yeah. Until it looks perfect. Oh, wait. Yeah, he said why. I don't gotta read that. I said why, and it'll be fun. Duh. What do they do inside that we don't? Besides use the phone a lot. Excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
What do you think?
Do you want to? She gives me door vibes. Do you want to? Playing as adults? Hold on. Okay. The concept was playing as adults when I was 8. I definitely did, like, you know, speak with, like, stuffed animals like they were people, and I would play with that method. I'm really delving into my inner child, bro. You know what? Yeah, sure. I think I'd probably be the type of person to go along with it when I was 8. Yeah, sure. I want to. You do? Seriously? You're like, oh, for real? Yeah? Hooray! Okay, let me think. What do I want to be? Satisfied that neither of you were about to bail on her, Lizzie thought over her options while you watched. After a few seconds, she clapped her hands together and beamed, apparently having settled on something without asking either of you.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a professional golfer. Koi, you and Cove can be a beach volleyball player, a gymnast, or a tennis player. Why can't we pick anything we want? Because I have a fun idea, and that's why. And we have to play sports as adults? Yep. But there's other kinds of sports too.
Right?
It isn't the same. What do you think, Koi? Don't those choices sound super cool? You want to be that, huh? I don't. There's really not that much variation. I think I'd be really bad at it. And I was a YouTuber. Bro. Me too. Me too. Speaking to the air. Here, I'm playing Minecraft on my Xbox 360 and I'm speaking to the wall. Oh my god. Isn't there anything else we can be? Lizzie stomped a foot on the ground. Nope, come on, just decide already. Knowing Lizzie wouldn't let this go anytime soon, you sighed. Cole was not impressed with Lizzie's attitude, though he didn't bother talking more about it for now. You thought over the list of possibilities. Beach volleyball, gymnastics, or tennis. Out of all of them, you'd prefer to play. Okay. I know beach volleyball is the go-to option because that's what Cove's gonna choose. But, as gymnastics, I'm not a fan of that. I was never flexible, ever. I hate that stuff. Ironic, considering I was in ballet. Side-eyeing my screen. Beach volleyball. I'm not really a fan of volleyball. So tennis and badminton are my go-tos. It's still my favorite sport to this day. Talking to myself, Loki. Me too. me, honestly, the way I sometimes open up OBS so I can like hear my own audio and then I can like test out how I sound. And it makes me feel like I'm recording even though I'm not. You remembered Mommy had a couple of old tennis rackets lying around somewhere, but you forgot where you had seen them last. You could check the attic for them, although Lizzie probably wouldn't let you run off and do that now that she had you here. Let's make a coaster instead. Oh, cute. Yes, that was clearly the top option. I want to be a tennis player.
Alright!
How about you, Cove? I pick volleyball. I should have known. Okay, so Koi, you're a famous tennis player, and Cove, you're on a popular beach volleyball team, and Lizzie's ponytail bobbed when she proudly stretched her arms wide. We're Olympic athletes who just competed in the Olympics! Cove didn't seem all that impressed with the announcement. He made a face and adjusted the glasses on his nose. I yearn to be a ballerina. Oh my god! Wait! That's actually so ironic. Bro, we switched! That's really specific.
Rude.
That's what makes it fun. Anyway, Lizzie marched back and forth in front of the both of you, getting lost in her own imagination. I won all gold medals and people are calling me the next Mickey Wright. Who's that? Lizzie stopped on the spot and turned on him, her brown eyes shining with impatience. It doesn't matter if you know who she is, it's a golf thing. You guys won medals too. Cove, your team was bronze, and Koi, you barely missed out on gold and got silver. Bro! Her giving him bronze is so funny. You barely missed out on the gold and got silver. It's more real if we're not all first place. Whoa, though. Hey. Whoa. We can do better than silver. I'm saying this now. I would say this now. 8-year-old me would say this louder. You pouted at Lizzie, unhappy with the decision. Koi's right.
Sorry.
Lots of people lose at the Olympics. Them's the breaks.
Then you're the one who did, not me. Lizzie looked taken aback by Cove's declaration, as though the thought of her losing was completely absurd. No way, it wouldn't make sense. I'm already practicing my golf game. She took a golfing stance to make her point, pretending to swing her club and hit an invisible ball.
So, what kind of house do you want to live in?
Cove hadn't changed his mind about winning, but thinking about where he'd live as an adult appealed to him, apparently, because he looked back at Lizzie with some of the anger fading. I'm going to live on the beach. Lizzie made a face at him, poking out her tongue. It's kind of boring. We already have that. No, not like the normal houses here with a street. On it. Right on the sand, by the water. Just like that, all the tension was back. You hadn't even had a chance to choose where you would want to live. That's not very fun. Guys, let me talk. You can't live on a... Okay. That's not very fun or smart, Cove. You can't live on a bunch of sand and shells. But I want to, and I will. Cove narrowed his eyes at Lizzie, even though she stood half a head taller than him. You didn't give out a list of things to pick from this time, so I'm picking that. Why are we even playing pretend if we can't imagine anything?
Jeez.
Well, I'm gonna live in a mansion far away from here and far away from you. One with an indoor pool and a place to practice my award-winning golfing.
It's not fair.
How come you were yelling about mine when your idea is even more impossible? Lizzie's face flushed out. Ooh, guys, relax, please. Her hands balling into fists at her sides. It is not impossible, and it's better than yours. Disagreements always seemed to crop up when the two of them were together, and you always felt like you were stuck in the middle. But when it came to the topic at hand, this time you thought, wait. I'm actually a little torn here. Uh-oh. Cove, it's not looking so good, right? Good, right? Oh, my English is evading me, guys. I have been live for like 2 hours. My English isn't working anymore. I feel like living on a beach, that would not appeal to me. I'm not a beach fan. But a mansion? I'm used to like small living, like small spaces. Mansions, yeah, sure, nice. But when I think of mansion, I think of like the really huge areas with like so much empty space. Like almost minimalist looking. So it's like, ugh. Ugh, no. Neither, guys. But also, considering how 8-year-old me would handle conflict, no, I'm tired. Guys, I wanted to play pretend. I humored the idea. What is this? You were tired of deciding between either of them. You didn't engage with their bickering and instead jumped up with your own dream house. Ooh, my dream house, personally, if I had to choose since I was a kid, cottage. Like, little whimsical fairy cottage. Ooh, cute. Adorable. Oh my god, fairy cottage. And you weren't going to share your idea with them either. You already knew it was a good one. They don't need to hear about it. They don't need to hear about my whimsical cottage dreams. You can swim whenever you want if you live on the beach. We can still swim anytime we want from where we live now. Being a little closer doesn't mean anything. Says you. The two of them scowled at each other. Guys, please. You're being so unreasonable. You... I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense.
Ugh.
It does. You have to be realistic. I said that. But you're not. You would... Oh wait, what the heck? Nope, I'm so sorry. Something just tweaked out on me. Cottage's Wi-Fi though. Okay. Like, I say cottage, like, appearance-wise, it's a cottage. Inside, it's definitely gotta be, like, you know, basic necessities, normal bathroom, normal kitchen. But it's like, you know, God, how do I describe this? Just those homes that people don't renovate. Or, like, where it's like sometimes you see house flippers, they go to like the most beautiful, like, dark gothic looking home and then they destroy it just to put like some ugly ass fireplace in the middle of the room. That minus the renovations, that type of vibe. Like an apartment with a nearby park. I love walking parks. Yes. It's comfortable living though. Dude, let me live life the way I could live life in like a D&D campaign. Like good fantasy, adventure stuff with cottages. But also, I love the basic amenities of having a normal toilet. And a normal kitchen. A microwave in a cottage. I don't care how it works. I want a microwave in my cottage. That's how, that's the dream. You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. Nothing you'd said so far had kept them from being mad. Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging onto the hem of her shirt and poking out her tongue at Cove. Lizzie, Koi, it's time to get ready to go.
You alright with that?
Sorry you have to leave already, Cove. Their mommy said she'll walk you home so you won't be left in the cold. Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger. We despise house flippers. Exactly. Like, they take the most beautiful home ever, and then they're just like, we need to modernize it. No, you don't. You don't gotta do all that. There's no need to modernize a perfectly good home. The banisters are fine. The old-looking fireplace is fine. Just, like, tweak it a bit to make sure that the house doesn't burn down, sure. Catch up with like the latest technologies and like put in wires and like make everything proper. You don't have to change the interior. No, that's not needed. Keep like the normal wood carvings, please. You can't have anything. Like, I remember seeing stuff where it was like some of the windows where it's like some of them were designed with like stained glass and then they removed it and it was just that basic giant glass window pane and I'm like, oh my god. We don't need any more of that. Let me take another sip of water. I can go by myself. But...
Bye.
Bye, Koi. There was still a harsh edge to the brief farewell, but you knew it wasn't you he was mad at. Without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight.
Huh?
Okay. Worried, Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie. You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you? You told the truth? Yeah, I told the truth! 'Cause as I've said, I grew up as a snitch! I told the truth. No, Lizzie and Cove kept yelling at each other. They wouldn't stop fighting about everything. Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed, as Mom put both hands on her hips. Yeah. Elizabeth! I told you to be kind to him. He's having a hard time right now. Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replaced by a tiny frown. I know, I tried, but he was...
That's enough.
No buts. We both know you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. We're going to apologize to Cove and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight. Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her. Okay, Mom. Good girl. You caught pieces of Lizzie sulking to herself about how it was his fault too, but it was over. Ah, right. We better get a move on.
Let's go.
Let's go, kids. Nolani, where'd you leave the car keys? Mom hustled you all out the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents noticed she wasn't in a mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mommy just asked you what you'd like to listen to. Lizzie liked, I fear I wouldn't know if I would act like this because I don't have siblings. I wouldn't know if I would care enough for my sibling in that way. So, favorite song soundtrack to a cool movie you saw a couple months ago? Yeah, my favorite song. I got rights. I'm gonna play my favorite song. Is the only child shining through me right now? Fat snitch growing up? Oh yeah, me too. If it was something that wasn't cool, somebody's gonna hear about it, and it's going to be an adult. Eventually, Lizzie came around and started singing along with you. You both knew all the words, and your moms even sang along too. Sweet Caroline, bro. When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit things with other girls her age. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs to let the last few minutes of sun warm your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had all been going to ever since you could remember. The whole afternoon had been a bunch of shouting you hadn't been able to stop, but you could kind of tell that all this helped Lizzie be less angry. The car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to your neighborhood, the more she wiggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew what was coming when you all got back home. Clearly, she was dreading it. Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street, then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, it was dead silent. No one spoke, only unbuckled their seatbelts and opened their doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she propped her hands on her hips.
So,
Now then, Mr. Holden's car is in his driveway, so he should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Cove can hash things out before the day's done. Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head ducked so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes. She nodded once. Good, let's move this to the kitchen. Mom went over to the house phone, the rest of you following behind her. Mommy put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. This was only happening because you told on Lizzie. Yeah, I did. And she did it. She was being mean. She was being mean. And that is exactly the reason why I would ever tell. That is the thought process I would have at 8 years old. It was her fault for doing it in the first place. You hadn't done any wow, my trays are getting me. Ugh. You hadn't done anything wrong by telling the truth. It wasn't like Lizzie was going to say it on her own. The four of you stood around the kitchen in a lopsided square. All eyes were on Lizzie, who kept her gaze on her feet. You remember the number for Cove's house, don't you, honey? Lizzie jerked her head in another nod, sullen. Without further prompting, she stepped forward and she began to dial. Beep, beep, boop, beep. Oh my god, phones like this? I don't remember the last time I've ever seen a phone like this. I think it was at my aunt's. And I haven't, I haven't spoken to my aunt in years. Or they're estranged now, I think. I don't know. Okay. Mom reached over and pressed a button on the base. Suddenly, you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. The phone rang a couple of times, then stopped. Mr. Holden's warm voice came through the other end. Evening, Holden residence. Lizzie looked over at Mommy, unsure. She nodded encouragingly. Hi, Mr. Holden. It's, Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove?
Absolutely.
My grandparents' house. Yeah, we never had a phone like that at my place. Then again, it's like, because a cell phone is enough. There was no need for, like, a landline or, like, a home phone. So, yeah, the one time I've seen someone with a phone like this is just my aunt. I don't know anybody else who has a phone like this. Lizzie Zen? What a surprise. But of course you can say hey. But of course you can say hey to the boy. He sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. You thought hard, and you were sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. Mom spoke up before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, her lips pursed. Hi, Cliff. Noelani, Koi, and I are here too. Good evening. We're sorry to bother you so late. Yeah, sure, I'll say hi too. Everybody's saying hi. Hey, Mr. Holden! Gang's all here, huh? Something the matter? His voice grew a bit concerned. Mommy was quick to reassure him. No, well, yes, but it's going to be okay. Lizzie and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping that the two of them could talk and make up. Is this a good time for you and Cove?
What?
A fight? Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. It does explain the funk he's been in tonight. He chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he really thought it was funny. Anyway, it's good. You didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll go grab him for you. There was some shuffling on the other end. He must not have gone? He must not have gone far, because you could still hear him calling out. A thirsty man thinks of water, bro. Cove, there's some... Guys, wait, hold on. I can push my mic away, and I can kind of make it realistic, like he's actually calling for him. Cove, there's someone on the phone for you. I hope my mic picked that up. After a beat of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad. Hold on, wait. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Alright. Sorry about that. I got for a second. After a beat of silence, I also just listened to myself on stream. Oh my god, I'm so glad that worked. After a beat of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad. Come on, bud. Lizzie called just so she could talk to you.
Are you...
Koi's on the other end listening too. Don't you want to say hi? Yeah, Cove! Don't you want to say hi? It took a bit of back and forth, though the conversation seemed one-sided since he couldn't hear Cove properly. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad.
Hi.
Hello? You opened your mouth only for Mommy to catch your eye and shake her head softly. You frowned but didn't say anything. Let me say hi. Let me say hi to the friend. Hey, it's Lizzie. Yeah, I know. Dad told me. Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mom, scowling. One stern look from her though, and Lizzie turned away.
Sorry.
I just called to say I'm sorry for not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again. Lizzie's eyes were downcast, her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too, because he sighed quietly. Me and Koi should get gold too. Yeah! That's right! Lizzie had kept denying you two what you deserved! Lizzie was momentarily stunned silent by the demand. She probably forgot that it even happened already. Alright, we all win the gold. Okay. I guess I'm sorry too. A sense of relief washed over everyone at his acceptance of the apology. Mom uncrossed her arms while Mommy's shoulders relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wondered if she thought that he'd refuse her apology. Dad, can I get off the phone now? He's tired, bro. I said, can I go? You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cove felt awkward about the situation. He had come off uncomfortable the entire time, really.
Yeah.
You can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first, though. Bye, Lizzie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Hitch raised. He said, alright. Bye, Lizzie. Bye, MC. It's like, bro. That is, it's like, bye, friend, sister. Bye, friend. Come on. You perked up at the mention of your name. You smiled, even if he couldn't see it. Bye, Cove. With that said, Cove must have handed the phone to his dad and left, since Mr. Holden spoke up.
That's a relief.
All's well that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this. I'm sure he appreciates it. As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mommy's hand to catch her attention. Can I go now too?
Good job.
Sure, sweetie. Thank you very much for apologizing to Cove. Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded her agreement. I thought I missed a word there. Given permission to leave, Lizzie scurried off towards the stairs. She seemed to be feeling much better with the incident behind her. Mom and Mommy returned to the phone, taking it off the speaker. They continued talking to Mr. Holden. You couldn't tell what about. You were glad that was the end of it all. Lizzie and Cove might not get along, and probably still won't, but they weren't mad at each other anymore. Mom and Mommy weren't upset either. Everything was finally back to normal. With that thought, you were treated to your own room with a spring in your step. Right. Oh my goodness. I think I can knock out one more moment, because I won't lie. I'm feeling rough. There's so much reading. I love reading this. This is so great, but ooh. My throat was not trained for this, bro. So long day? What happens in long day? I don't remember what happens there. Huh, you know what? Yeah, so, yeah, plan, I'm gonna do one more. And then, I may have to call it. It was another scorching summer day. The kind— oh my god, roll back! I forgot to save! I forgot my plan. Okay. It was another scorching summer day, the kind where no sooner had you finished one cup of water, you were already filling it up again. Real! Me every day. Me every day, here, where I live right now, because it's so hot all the time. I knocked out another bottle of water. That is two down. Great for screaming, not great for reading out loud. Yeah. It's whew. Oh my god, welcome back, Salmon. We're doing a third moment. Like everyone is in guise of just one more. Shh. Stop. Don't expose the plan. Don't expose the plan, Mooney. It was another scorching summer day, the kind where no sooner had you finished one cup of water, you were already filling it up again. Everyone else had something on, so that afternoon it was just you and Shiloh. I remember this moment now. Ooh, oh no. That afternoon it was just you and Shiloh. This didn't happen much, especially since Cove had arrived. Without Lizzie around, Shiloh looked to you for all the answers. It made you feel... Okay. As a kid, I've said this already at the beginning, as a kid I was very chatty. I was in the, once again, very egocentric for me to admit this, I was a popular kid growing up. I was in like multiple groups of friends. I was hanging out with everybody constantly. I liked getting along with everybody. So with this kid, like, okay, in the MC's shoes, there's a kid who is friends with your sister, and your sister's not there, so he has to hang out with you. Yes, I would rock with that. Absolutely. I'm pleased. Before I kept crashing a video every time I tried to play. Oh no. Jump your internet. Ugh. You might not be in double digits like your sister, but he was only 7. Being the oldest and getting to be the leader was a nice change of pace. Context / oh my goodness. You drained yet another drink and frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone. Sorry, I leaned away. I needed to stretch. Your thirst was gone, but you still craved something icy cold and refreshing. Something sweet. Something like... oh my god. An ice cream sandwich. I haven't had a good ice cream sandwich in a while. An ice cream sandwich sounds really good. Ice cream cone. Okay. This is where I'm gonna start talking about, like, ice treats, because popsicles I wasn't really a fan of because I don't eat fruit. Not because I don't like the taste, but I don't eat fruit because of the texture. So popsicles are like, Annie, oh my god, hello. Hello. Welcome back again. Bro showed up when I am playing One More Moment and then calling it because my voice is gonna die. Okay. Oh god, but wait, right. On the topic of desserts again. Popsicles, I don't really eat them because fruity flavors, not for me. Not for me. I'm enough fruit as there is. Because most popsicles that I've seen are fruity ones. I think that's what they literally are. I have never heard of a chocolate popsicle. And that is exactly what is carrying the choice right now. If there can be chocolate in whatever treat there is. Ice cream cone, it's good, it's fine. It's not my go-to. There is an ice cream cone that I really like where if you bite into the cone, there's chocolate inside. I really like those ones. Not my go-to. Ice cream sandwiches, I had a phase back in middle school where I would eat, my favorite dessert was an ice cream sandwich. And it was fire. It was so fire. Ice cream sandwich. Oh, 8 years old. Never mind. If ice cream sandwiches was a middle school thing. There are chocolate popsicles. I've never seen them. I have never seen them. If they're real, I've never seen them, and they are not in stores for me. I don't. Okay, an ice cream cone then. Nothing beat a classic creamy scoop of ice cream on a day like this. There was nothing like that to be found at home. You knew that without needing to look. Your moms didn't keep sweets in the house. What? Huh? Huh? They did it? Oh, popsicles as a kid. What? Am I crazy? There's chocolate vanilla popsicles? Hold on. I'm looking these up. Oh my god! I've never seen these before! I mean, I guess it's because I wasn't really a popsicle kid. Because I hear popsicle and I immediately assume, like, you know, like the fruit pops, the ice pops or whatever they're called. Annie, I'm gonna jump you. Annie, I'm gonna jump you. You just showed up. I'm gonna close stream. You know what? Guys, I'm done. We're done, guys. We're done. Wait, I'm so mad. I kind of want a chocolate popsicle now. I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna hunt them down and I'm gonna post a picture. I want one. Okay. Locking in or I'm gonna die. Called popsicles. They're called popsicles? I'm... Outside, there were plenty of places where such goodies could be used. Oh my god, hold on. I can take a drink. Jesus. I'm gonna die. I think water went down the wrong way, but not enough to make me cough. Enough to just, like, drown me a little bit. Ice pops or whatever they're called. Listen! It's one of those things. No. What I'm talking about are otter pops. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about otter pops. Or, like, whatever they're called. Because those things have, like, names for them. I don't eat those. But it's like the sticks and they're flavored and they're ice. Guys, I'm a genius in describing shit, bro. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Otter pops. I know they have another name, but I don't remember them. I don't remember any of them. I'm gonna jump you guys. Outside, there were plenty of places where such goodies could be obtained, but they were shops and demanded payment in exchange for their products. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You voice your predicament out loud. Yes, Shiloh for help. I'm gonna say it out loud. Yeah, that's what I would do. Police. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Annie. It's still popsicles. Guys, I don't know my ice treats, okay? I don't know what treats. Okay. The most I've eaten are just ice cream cones, ice cream sandwiches, and ice cream. But the containers. Buckets. I don't know. I want an ice cream cone. Shiloh, who had been draped over the sofa, perked up.
Yeah.
That sounds good. We don't have anything like that in the house, and I don't have any money. Oh, let me check if I have any.
Yes, Shiloh. Give me money so I can go get an ice cream cone. Oh my god. Shiloh rummaged in his backpack and proudly produced an assortment of coins, plus one stray button. Oh. You set the button aside and counted the coins in neat piles. Just over $1. You announced this to Shiloh. He had almost certainly come to the same conclusion, but he'd been watching you expectantly. It's a start. Yeah, no, this is basically the whole half glass full or half glass empty type of thing. Oh, very glass is empty. It's not enough. It's not enough cash. I'm sorry. Bro, chill. We need to find some more. Don't apologize. Don't apologize for having, like, just over $1 in coins, bro. 7. It's a super duper? See? This is what I'm talking about. They've got so many names. Hold on. I'm searching these up. Because I swear to God, if these are, like, exactly what I'm talking about. All these ice sticks. Okay, Eddie. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Super duper. That is also what I'm talking about. Just any type of, like, ice treat that's in a plastic tube, it's the same thing. Yup, I see. And then Otter Pops are literally the same thing. They've all got different names, bro. They're different brands and they're different things. Super duper. There's a lot. Good lord. Ugh. Okay. The two of you lifted couch cushions, stuck tiny hands down deep crevices in the sofa and under furniture, and scoured the back of drawers. Most of what you found was useless or gross. Bent paper clips, fluffy wisps of dust or sandy crumbs, but every so often one of you would strike silver or bronze and add it to the growing pile of coins. Your mind wandered to the $20 bill tucked away in your room. It was enough for you and Shiloh to get whatever you wanted and more, but you didn't take it out. That was too special to hand over so freely. Besides, Shiloh would be curious about where it came from and might even mention your wealth to Lizzie. The exchange had been a secret. He can't know about the $20 that Cove's dad gave me so I can be friends with him. Dusty and disheveled from checking every room and squinting into every tiny nook, the two of you finished pooling your finds. Shiloh held his breath as you counted the coins once again. $2.53 and 2 buttons. You didn't know when the second button had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with your successful haul to throw it out. Is that enough? Is it? I mean, 2006. It could be. You figured he knew the answer, but you appreciated him recognizing your authority on financial and ice cream matters. You straightened up before making your pronouncement. Yeah, we've got enough. Of course I took the 20. Listen, I'm making... Annie, I gotta say it again, because you weren't here. I'm making decisions based on what I would have done if I was 8 years old. If somebody says, I'm gonna give you $20 so you can be friends with my son, I'm taking the $20 and I'm being friends with his son. $20 is $20. Of course I took the $20. Of course I did. It's $20 and I'm 8 years old. It's what I would have done. It's what I would have done. Oh my goodness. $20 is huge in the eyes of an 8-year-old, bro. Of course I'm taking it. Everything at the canteen. Exactly. Like, okay, picture this here in this our life universe, bro. You are 8 years old. You are being offered $20 to be friends with somebody. Just never tell you to not take stuff from strangers. Okay, I opened up with this at the beginning too. That Cliff approaching, the MC at the beginning is very odd already. Because I had to react weirdly to that because I have had experiences in my childhood where I have been told that I have been almost kidnapped. So I have been told to be wary of strangers, but money is money. Yes, exactly. Money is money. Listen, right at home, he's a weird dude, and he said, I've got a son, I'm so sorry for being a weird, if you're friends with him, here's $20. I'm taking it. I'm taking the money. If he ever does anything, kick him and haul ass and go. You could now afford something at the shops. I need to focus before I die. You can now afford something at the shops. Just one thing, but that was infinitely better than none. Shiloh clapped his hands. Yay! The two of you dashed outside. The promise of sugar buoyed you on... Buoyed? I sure hope I said that right. The promise of sugar... It doesn't look like it be pronounced. Suddenly, I know that word's buoy. I've been worried ever since. Yeah, it's... Your kidnapping experience is so... God. The two of you dashed outside. The promise of sugar buoyed you on to your destination, where, breathless but happy, you stared at the overwhelming number of options. I said it right. Hell yeah. Ingenious over here. You knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had contributed to the funds to get the treat. He seemed to notice your pause. Aren't you getting an ice cream cone? Shiloh asked as though he was entirely separate from the decision, rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Do you mind? Shiloh cocked his head to the side. It was your idea, you should choose. He said it! That's exactly what 8-year-old me would do. You should choose. You're right, it was my idea. Sure, it's your money. Wait, no. It is his- No, I didn't have that mindset at 8. I have that mindset now. At 8, no, there's the money, you say it's okay, you greenlit the decision, I'm getting what I want. You were thrilled that Shiloh wasn't going to be an obstacle between you and your original choice. It's like 7 p.m. Oh my god. Have a good dinner. Eat well. Oh my god, 7 p.m. It's like 2 a.m. here. Exactly what I need to call it. You were thrilled that Shiloh wasn't going to be an obstacle. Wait, did I read this? Yeah, I did. Without wasting another second, you exchanged cold hard cash for equally cold, but maybe less hard dessert. Finally, the reward for all your hard work was in your hands. You laughed at the soft ice cream. The sweetness perked you up. You held it out to Shiloh so he could take a turn. He shook his head.
You can finish it.
Thank you for saying it for me, bro. Flashback to the zoo. Hey! I was real hesitant for it, bro. I didn't immediately say yes. Did I outwardly say yes? Did I outwardly? I denied. I stalled. I stalled, bro. Listen, I've got my own method of doing it. At 8, I would have immediately said, okay, got it. Immediately, yes. There you were. Nuh-uh. I'm remembering the day differently than you. Happy birthday to me. He didn't want any after everything he did to help get it? That was weird. However, he tried to include Shiloh as, accepted the offer. I could finish it. He said it. He said he didn't want it. And if he said he didn't want it, was I that kind at 8 years old? Did I gaff about people at 8? If people say that they don't want you to share, then you don't share. Okay, fine. Thank you for saving me. Okay, Dippin' Dot. Oh, okay, Dippin' Dots, yes. Dippin' Dots, yes. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was thinking of the gorilla. I was thinking of Oshi. The Dippin' Dots, thank you. Chili, thank you for saving me. I like to still talk about the Dippin' Dots now when I'm talking to my mom. Thank you for being employed. It's such a huge thing you're employed, Annie. Oh my god. Someone has to do it. And I'm so glad that it's not me. Gulp, I say, looking at my future. Oh god. There was no point arguing. It was already melting under the rays of the sweltering summer sun. You eagerly tucked back in. The cold, sugary treat quenched you in ways that the water just couldn't reach. So yeah, you did kind of hesitate. Yeah, we were thinking on different things. Dippin' Dots, I will admit, you're right. I immediately was like, oh my god, yes, because I was gonna die if we didn't get that. My Oshi, I was very unsure. The two of you began to head back home as you ate. You were glad, too, to get the treat all to yourself. Only half wouldn't have been nearly as good. Guys, my only child is shining in this playthrough right now. Even though Koizen in-game may have Lizzie. Still very only child behavior. Even so, you couldn't help but wonder what Shiloh was thinking. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt or was too afraid to. Are you scared of me? Are we friends? Dude! Okay. I hate to say, I'm really making 8-year-old me sound like an ass. But kind of, you figured that was his problem and didn't care. I kind of, the didn't care is a little generous, but now, like, this is still kind of my mindset now. If somebody's got issues, I'm gonna be like, okay, if you don't want to tell me about them, then we'll just keep going on, and I'll just enjoy my treat, and I'll just keep going with my day. Dippin' Dots, it was nice. Oh, God, Dippin' Dots are so cool. Think ice cream, but dots. Like, tiny, I'm such a genius in description, I know. Oh my god, D&D is gonna be so good. Ice cream? But like, little tiny dots that are like, really frozen into that shape. And it's like, sometimes they give it to you in a bag. Sometimes they pour it out into like, an ice cream cup. But it's so good. I love cookies and cream. The cookies and cream one is so goated. I haven't really tried any other flavor. I don't remember if I've tried chocolate, but all I know is cookies and cream. Ice cream or frozen yogurt with little tiny balls. D&D mention.
I'm so excited.
Bro, I summoned a Raph. I'm dead. Okay. But yes, okay. You figured that was his problem and didn't care. Shiloh was the only person who acted that way around you, so it was him rather than something wrong with you. I'm not the problem! It's this kid! Dippin' Dots and GS. CG. Okay. We mixed up the letters a little bit, bro. CGSB collab when? Guys, if we get big /J, if we get famous /J, our campaign needs a pop-up. With Dippin' Dots. We need a Dippin' Dots pop-up for our campaign. Everybody gets a special flavor. Guys, if you ask really nicely in session on Sunday or Monday for you weird time zones, I may make Dippin' Dots canon. If you find a way to wheel it into the plot, I may make Dippin' Dots canon. Film our campaigns! Please, my PC's already running out of space. Please. Film our campaigns. I'm gonna jump. Radioactive lemon? Dude, oh my god. I'm gonna attempt playing D&D. D&D would be so fun if you find a group. It's such a fun thing. Okay, wait, I need to log in! Shiloh is the only person who acted that way around you, so it was him. Okay, I read this already. He's the problem, not me. You could ask him about it, but if he wasn't if he wasn't going, he's not going anywhere. You could ask him about it, but if he couldn't give an opinion on something like what treat to get, then he wasn't going to be open about this. Shiloh made you unsure about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There had been good times, and there had been confusing ones. Live stream D&D, surely. Live stream D&D? Oh my, I don't think I'm prepared for something like that. You know what I will say? Sci-fi campaign? This is my first one. I'm really nervous. The last time I was ever in a campaign, as I said, I was in a podcast. I had a podcast with some old high school friends. I think it's still up on Spotify. We only had like 2-3 episodes up there. It was really low quality. It was really shit. But we did it for fun, and we had a whole lot more sessions after that. Like, I think we reached double digits. What is it? Basically, the reason why I'm saying I'm not going to live stream it is because this is my first time DMing, and also I think it is a curse, because in that previous session that I was in, that previous campaign, it was our DM's first time DMing as well, and he wanted to do a podcast, JRWI style. I miss it so much, but me first, it was very rough. It was a really rough time. But I can blame it on the circumstance that we were all in high school and we were struggling, and I was really depressed, and then I dropped out, and then I died. But also, you know what? Maybe if this group sticks, if we end up having fun with this, I think I told this to you, Annie, but I didn't, like, mention this publicly. You know what? I might as well. If maybe we end up having fun with this and we finish Vela, we could, I do have other books and, like, other prompts that I could do that aren't sci-fi that we could do as well. Maybe that could be recorded. Maybe that could be live streamed. I don't know. Side eye, wink wink, kicking my feet. Yeah. I start D&D question mark? God, the best advice that I can say is, like, find people who are interested. It's really rough to, like, you can find people that are interested, which is what I did. I did post on my private account. Not on my private, on my main. It was on my main. If anyone was interested in a campaign, and that's how I got the group with, I was like, any Rafs or that's how I found you guys. But obviously the rough thing is, like, people may be interested, but it's the time zones, which is what we struggled with. I know that is exactly what we struggled with, but we got 2 hours down. But yes, the best way I can say is that, like, if you can find a group IRL, that's huge. That's great. Because I will always vouch for IRL D&D more than online. Like, yes, online it can be kind of fluid. You can have cool effects and stuff like that. But in doing D&D in real life, like, next to friends, is always going to be so much more different and so much more fun. Because, like, you can riff off of each other's reactions live. Like, you don't have to worry about the delay of anything or any, like, crashes and online stuff. But yes, if you can't find anyone IRL, then best I can say is, like, you can find online forums. Sometimes there are people looking for, like, members or something. I hate to say it, but it's like one of the places that you can look for is Reddit. But then again, Reddit is really scary. But I don't know. And if not, you can just start one yourself. You can ask if someone is so down to, like, DM, or if you want to learn DMing for yourself, you can do that as well. I go outside with any sort of geek and I get burned at the stake. Oh my god. Oh no. Uh-oh. Then online is the way to go. I want to DM a campaign if I'm motivated enough. Oh my god. Dude, I won't lie. Just the thought of, like, DMing. I have been thinking about DMing for, like, a really long while. And honestly, like, the moment that I posted that if people were interested in doing, like, a sci-fi campaign, I was so freaking nervous. I still am now. I'm so nervous for Sunday, bro. I'm thinking about it and I'm low-key sweating. DMing feels like it's so stressful, but then I remember, then I'm like, it's so stressful when you're a player as well, so it don't matter. Everybody can be stressed at the same time. That's so cool. That's so fun. Oh my god, it's been 3 hours. Okay, I need to finish this moment because I need to take a break. Okay. My melody kitchen for my sister call me challenge. Hello? Nah, people are mad because people have interests. Are you serious? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Unfreaking believable, bro. No, because I get that. You were positive one thing at least. The treat was delicious and that was nice. I understand that because, oh my god, why did I have to click? Now he's staring at me. I feel judged. But that's crazy, bro. Like, I don't... Not to, like, throw quote-unquote advice when it isn't needed, but, like, screw it, we ball. You're interested in the things you're interested in. If you have something and people are like, oh, why do you have that? Are you for real right now? Like, what's it to you? It's not doing anything to you. I honestly, it sucks because I like learned that piece of like that sort of less ice cream sandwich. God, I was just talking about an ice cream sandwich. Oh my god. Monday night for me. Thank you, Raph, for making time. Thank you guys for making time. Thank you for you guys and Vela. No, but yes, what was I saying? Right, I learned that lesson where it's just like to not gaff about what people say about your interests a little too late in life. I learned it when I was in high school. Like, just before dropping out. That was when I, like, finally learned it, and I was just like, oh my god, wait. I don't need people to, like, understand what I like. I just got one. Any, I'm mad. Any, I'm mad. Share. Mail one to me right now, please. But yeah, seriously, sorry. Koi lore drop. Just me and Uni are already scared of Uni enough. Oh my god. Hey, I mean, what are the chances that everybody there is an anti of, like, case in point, your My Melody keychain? Like, what are the chances that could ever, not everybody is gonna hate it. You'd be surprised if there would be someone, hold on. You'd be surprised if there was someone who, like, likes the same stuff. Like, honestly, I have yet to meet an Our Life fan out in the wild in public, but knowing that, like, when I'm online, knowing that there are people who walk around and they do find people who are fans, I was like, that's crazy. They're real. They're real. Finding a unicorn, insert that one soy jack of, like, the two guys pointing back at something. That's me. I'm so mad. I have mint chocolate chip. Oh my god. I have mint ice cream in the fridge right now. I'm not gonna get up and go get it. I have my trays in. We're gonna jump you. We're all gonna jump you. The sun was low on the horizon as you returned to your neighborhood. There you spotted two very familiar figures up ahead, Lizzie and Cove. Oh god, I forgot about this bit. You opened your mouth to make your presence known to them just as you saw the tears on Cove's face. They're all friends, but it's not easy, yeah. It's rough. It feels very, like, underdog type of, is underdog even the right time? Outcast, I think. This is like the funniest way to mention it because it feels so High School Musical Disney coded to talk about it like this, but that's exactly what it is. It feels very like outcast type of role coded, you know, where it's like people hear that you have a certain type of interest and it's like, oh, and I understand because hold on, I'm about to lore drop right now. I'm so sorry. This is gonna destroy me and we're gonna take even longer to finish this moment. Oh my god. Okay. I'm about to lore drop right now. When I was in high school, I went to an art school, okay? Like, I'm sorry about that. I'm highlighting art school. I was there for film. There's like a whole bunch of other stuff, theater, blah, blah, blah. Any art you could think of, it was probably there. Except animation, because they were closing that, and I don't know why. But, you'd expect, you know, in an art school, for people to like art. If you like something, it's obviously you're not guaranteed that somebody else there is going to like the exact same thing, but you'd think that it's just like, oh, you like that thing? Well, I like this. And then it's just, there's no judgment. Yeah, there was judgment. There was a time where we had a project once in my freshman English class. And, I made my project, I wrote my presentation about visual novels because this was at a time where, Olba, literally this game, Beginnings and Always, was like at the peak for me. It quite literally saved me. So this topic meant a lot to me. And I was so happy to share about it. I got even to the point where when I spoke in front of the class and I was like mentioning like what visual novels are and how they can be important and how like they can touch the heart, I Loki got emotional. Like 15-year-old Koi, Loki started like getting emotional in front of people. I didn't start bawling. I did not start bawling, obviously, but it was just like I got emotional talking about it. But the thing is, when I first came up with the topic, obviously around my friends at the time, I was like, I want to talk about visual novels. The immediate response that I was met with, you know, I'm gonna say this because this was my perspective. And, you know, it may be very heavily weighted based on the feelings I was feeling at the time. The immediate response that I was met with after saying, I want to do my project on visual novels, because everybody there, like, knew that I was obsessed with this game. The response I was met with was, no! Like, no, like, absolutely not. Like, are you kidding? No. Seriously? And it was just like, oh. It was, like, one of the first times where I genuinely was just like, oh, wow. Because this was the same group of people where I loved this game so much that I was on Discord in the server with them, and I would stream this game and I would do what I'm doing right now. I would read it. I would go on for so much longer than what I've done now. There was one time I think where I was on there for like 4 or 5 hours because this game really meant something to me. And, you know, they were just hanging out, and then it's like they were listening to the stuff. But it's so crazy to me. It's still crazy to me to think of now, where it's like, it was like a project, you get to speak on something. I don't even remember what the topic was, but this was clearly something that I cared about, and I made it really known that the immediate response that you'd get from people that you've called friends yourself is no. It's automatic rejection. So it made it, like, it was really awkward for me to even, like, bring up the fact that I, like, it was awkward, but I kept doing it because I like this shit. This is my visual novels are my jam. But it definitely affected me to the point where I was like, oh, oh, I can't. If people really, like, de-gaff about how much I care about games like this, then it's why would I keep talking about it? And then fast forward, Koi drops out. Boom! I hate art school. Anyway. Hold on, sorry. There are people who watch K-drama and anime. I know I can find people with the same interests. Exactly! Like, there's no way you can't find anybody out there with the same or, like, similar interests as you. The thing that sucks about it is that in these days, it feels like people have to hide that. Like, it's that's why it's so freeing to see someone be cringe and be free. Like, people with Ida bags and, like, with the style where they bring, like, newies out and they take pictures of them and they eat food. Like, that is amazing. That is so sick to me because they have such passion for a thing, and then they can express that freely. That is amazing. But the fact that if you do stuff like that there will always be people out there who will be, like, complete assholes and be like, ugh, like, judgmental. There's nowhere you can go in the world where you can escape judgment. But honestly, it's like, who the fuck cares? What am I doing to you that's hurting you? What is my joy for visual novel games doing to whatever you are doing? I'm really passionate about this, guys. I'm gonna go on, like, a ramble for this, bro. Cause I'm back again. Oh my god, welcome back, Salmon. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going on a rant. You play this for hours. Oh my god. I'm so glad, because I love this game. I could play this for hours, but my voice has very much decreased in quality. Pasta's really good. My god, pasta. I had pasta recently. It was spaghetti. I had Filipino sweet spaghetti. Really good, really fire. So good. Gone backwards where things are seen as 2020 cringecore. Yes! And it's like, sorry, I'm gonna stick on this topic like one more second. I saw a clip of someone. There was some streamer who went to a convention that was specifically for anime. Like it was like an anime convention. People were having fun there, and while she was streaming, she literally was she kept being like, why are you guys doing all this weird anime shit? Like, you guys should stop. Like, this is like, why are we going to a place and then judging the people that are doing stuff at the place? Like, okay, this it's so And even okay, that's like a whole other topic in itself, but completely unrelated. It shouldn't be a thing for people to, you know, just be doing their own thing, and then for someone to go up and be like, that's fucking weird, and for them to feel like they suddenly can't belong and be who they want to be. That's straight up not right. Like having, because that honestly, because I'm very passionate about stuff like this, because it's like it has happened to me. As I've said with that story about me really loving this type of game, it got so bad to the point where it's like there's still a part of me where it's like it feels really cringe to express that I like this sort of thing, or it's like I hesitate when I talk about stuff like this, because there's always going to be that one person, and I know that there's always going to be that one person who will, like, they won't say anything. They've learned how to not. Some still do. Some are still rude, but sometimes you will still receive that look of, oh, it's like you're a geek, you're a nerd, you're one of those people. And it just isn't right. It's if whatever someone's doing isn't hurting anybody, isn't hurting them, who are you to judge? I have things, I'm no saint, I have things that I'm not into, yet I see people who are like, I like this, and I'm like, sick, good for you, that's great. It also opens up the fact of where people start being like, I don't like that because this and this. Okay, we don't need to bring that up in front of somebody who does like something like that. Completely unnecessary. It's like, it's giving an opinion that is absolutely not needed. Unless it's asked for, then you can express the opinion, but immediately going, I don't like that, to someone who is expressing joy over something, it's like, oh, okay, because then that immediately makes the person retract and be like, I am with an audience that will not care about what I really like. Ugh, guys, I'm so passionate about this topic. I need to relax. Cat's on her beanbag curled up. Oh, little baby. That's so cute. My cat is probably sleeping somewhere outside. He's not allowed to come in my room because I have a lot of like trinkets and stuff on the shelf. And he likes to climb those shelves, and he likes to push everything down. So he is not allowed in my room when it is nighttime. Tone things down to normal people being in weird kid space in quarantine. Absolutely. Like, we're definitely going so backwards in, like, spaces where you feel like you should be free of judgment. Because suddenly people are, like, finding themselves there, and they're judging people for no particular reason, because they're like, oh, I can't believe it's just like, what kind of fan behavior is that? It's like, okay. all right. One of the majority of my interests are visual novels. They're peak. Exactly. Yes. Okay. guys. Okay. I'm getting riled up. And it's 2:30 in the morning. Okay. You walked straight over, Shiloh at your heels. Once there, you I'd ask about what happened. Without a time machine, the only way you were going to find out was by asking the witnesses. Lizzie might have done something, but she could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even come to Cove's aid. You wanted to hear the story. Cove, what happened? Boy, I got yelled at. Oh. He took a deep, steadying breath. Some grandparents got mad at me. I'm sorry. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of a nearby house. Your heart sunk. You knew exactly what had happened. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out that condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Shiloh knew to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. They're like that with everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them, but the elderly pair particularly took offense to kids. It didn't matter if they were really nice like Cove. Yeah, Lizzie said. Yeah, stop. I need to... I didn't think I would yap about that sort of topic during an Olma stream, but you know what? The time came up for it, and I was feeling the vibe. Lizzie drew herself up at that. She looked pointedly in your direction. I was helping. That's cool. Is there anything I can do?
No.
I'm just gonna stay away.
Or you could teach them a lesson.
There was a devilish glint in her eyes. What?
You should ding-dong ditch them. Go ring the doorbell and run. It'll be great because they're so slow. They'll never catch you.
That's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again.
You're just saying that because you're a quack, quack, quack chicken.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't have to say that one. I'm glad that one line is fully voiced. Cove glared, but didn't take the bait. Lizzie turned to you.
You're not a chicken, are you?
Ooh. Would I play with this? I'll do it. No, I still am scared of confrontation growing up. So, yeah, you wouldn't do it. Yeah. You got that. She can't tease you about being a chicken if you are, in fact, a chicken. Hunched over, you folded your arms to form wings and bat them up and down. Too much. I feel like I wasted people's time. No. Yeah, that's a very hard, like, it's a difficult mindset to get out of. Like, especially with, I'm assuming that everybody has had experience, you know, being, like, super passionate about something and being met with just, like, a, or, like, literally receiving no response whatsoever, so then you feel like it's like, oh, okay, I'll just, like, shut up and I'll leave. So it's, like, it's a really rough mindset to get out of. I totally understand. The waste of people's time. Sometimes, at some point, you just gotta learn to, like, I said what I said. If they don't give the ideal response, damn! Oh, well. Ow! Anyway, like, it's really rough. I'm not doing chicken noises, guys. My throat is not at the state to do chicken noises. For once, your sister seemed at a loss. Insert, Vine boom. Insert the meme here. But it didn't take long for her to regain her usual confidence. So you admit it! You continue to flap your arm wings as you circle your sister, clucking all the while. There's no shame in a chicken being a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a chicken. Things were not going the way Lizzie expected. She fought against a laugh and looked for a way to restore her serious authority. You and Cove are both little chickens. Macaw, I'm dead. Cove folded his arms, though the one with the cast wasn't as tightly tucked down, and joined you in cheeping around. It was hard to cluck through the giggles that rose up when you saw him imitating a chicken, but you still both gave a first-class performance. The door to the old couple's condo flung open to reveal one of the culprits behind Cove's tears. You froze, wings raised. Can't you- oh my god. Wait, why don't I remember this sequence? Can't you let anyone have a bit of peace and quiet? Oh. Flags, but I like teaching flags in geography. Oh, that's sick! Flags is a really... I have never heard of anyone having flags as an interest. Knowing, like, multiple flags in geography, okay, that's huge, because I'm so bad at geography. I'm so bad at both of those things. So, that's really cool. Guys, grown age, I still sometimes don't know which is a country and which is a state. guys, it's really awkward. Oh my god, I need a sip of water. Friends who aren't really interested in whatever I'm yapping about. Yes, exactly. Because what matters is you get it out there. Because honestly, the holding in the like the urge to like yap about whatever you want, honestly, I think is so much more painful than just, you know, yapping and nobody like caring. I'd rather talk as much as I want and somebody to like not care as much than just keep it all in, because then at that point it's like I don't want to talk to walls for the rest of my life. It would be really nice to just get it out there. Excuse me, is that a country or a continent? No. Yes, that too. I don't know countries. I don't know continents. I don't know much. The Sporkle quiz? I fear I don't know what that is. God, okay. Can't you let anyone have a bit of peace and quiet? You must not be a fan of theater or farm animals as well as kids. That was the only explanation for his outburst, which was far louder than anything you and Cove had done. Go on, beat it! It was distinctly unfair, but Cove's lip was trembling, and you thought it would be best to heed his command. Lizzie took off, with Shiloh immediately trailing after her without as much as a glance back in your direction. So much for your friendship. Shiloh does not care for me. 197 flags in 8 minutes? That is so... Wait, that's so... 197 flags? I didn't even know there were that many flags. Oh my god. That's really sick. Friends didn't care, but I did. That is huge. Absolutely huge achievement. You waved your arm at Cove, summoning him to follow you, and ran after Lizzie. The old man's hollers propelled you all from the street to the sanctity of the hill. Only once you were safe did you notice the stitch in your chest and the ache of your legs. You flopped down, the blades of grass tickling your face. Lizzie, who had taken the lead in the end, was already lazing on the ground. The four of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of cool grass against your skin.
Cove.
Hey, Cove?
Cove lifted his head.
I told you there were mean grandparents around here.
Cove rolled his eyes, then decided this wasn't dismissive enough and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting to Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. Yeah, what? Australia is a country and there's other like... Oh my goodness. New Zealand is a country? Like, God, my geography is so bad. Like, recently, my most recent geographical discovery, quote-unquote, discovery, was actually just a couple weeks ago. Because my parents and I were watching something on YouTube on the TV. And it was like a travel video, and someone was visiting Singapore. For my 20 years of living, I thought that Singapore was a part of China. And when I said it, my dad was like, "Wrong! You are incorrect!" And I was like, "What?" I was humbled so bad. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. It was that Australia is a country, not a continent. I'm confused. I'm confused. Geography is not for me. Which is why people who can understand geography and, like, do all that, absolutely huge. Oh my god. Major respect. That's amazing. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be second fiddle again to Shiloh once Lizzie came around. It always went like that. It's fine, it was always annoying. If my sister had a friend who only hung out with me when she wasn't there, that would be annoying. That would be really annoying. 8-year-old me would not rock with that. No. Please. But you weren't going to make a fuss, especially after everything that's already happened. There were other things to attend to anyway. You wriggled closer to Cove. He had calmed down for the most part and was inspecting a flower. His fingers pinched the stem and tilted the white petals towards him. That's a poppy. Cove glanced at you in acknowledgement, then back to the flower. And the type of poppies on this hill have the name white linen poppy. Mom told me. He quirked a smile. That's funny. He ran a finger around the edge of the petals. Doesn't feel like cloth. You'd need a lot of them to make anything. He nodded and released the delicate plant, evaluation complete. This is my favorite kind of flower, but I didn't know what it was called. Thanks. Ooh! Wait! I get to think about this one! The thing is, I can't really base a choice here off of, like, what my favorite flower was growing up, because I didn't have one. I didn't really care for flowers. But I will say, currently, my favorite flowers as of today. Before, when I was in high school, it used to be wisterias, because I really liked the vibrant purples and the blues. But sunflowers? Beautiful. I love sunflowers. What is happening? I could probably guess. I don't understand the question. Guys, what in the geography class is going on in chat? Sam and you out here teaching geography. Oh my god.
Yeah, those are nice too. They're bright and awesome. You match with them. Thanks.
You moved. Oh my god, CG!
You moved onto your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky. The blanket of clouds reminded you of a thick throw you curled under on cold, rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be as soft. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes.
Cloud shapes, an alpaca, a car, a dolphin. Car. Cloud shapes would be really funny. Probably a smiley face. A smiley face, yeah, sure.
You saw a smiling face looking back down at you. You nudged Cove and pointed to it. Look, it's a smiley face! Cove joined you in looking up at the sky. The clouds twisted, turning one of the dots, making an eye into a line. It's winking at us. He chuckled at the silly face.
I can't wait to look back at chat and also learn, because I'm reading the words right now and none of it is installing into my head. We're going to make a guess. Bro, I don't do this with me. I am not making an educated guess on this. I'm not looking at you guys right now. You're right, I'm never going to look at you guys. I did not sign up for geography. Guys, please. I'm so freaking scared. I literally just said that I do not know the differences between countries and continents and all that jazz. So please don't make me do this. I'm going with the grain. Whatever they say. Europe, yeah, sure, Europe. Europe is like yes. I don't know if that's right or not. North America? I'm gonna jump, bro. All the sun's light. Got it wrong. St. Lucia sounds like such a Europe type of name. Okay. All the sun's light faded from the sky and the moon rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean, visible from the crest of the hill, beckoned with every sweep of the tide. Let's go to the beach! Each, let's go get away, they say what we're gonna say, have a drink, clink. There was no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cove would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. You... Oh... I mean, if everybody wanted to do it. If everybody wanted to do it, sure. The beach wouldn't necessarily have been where you chose to go next, but if that was what the others wanted, then you weren't going to spoil the fun. You stepped onto the sand for the second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned sandcastles and footsteps in the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. The four of you kicked shoes off and removed socks and walked along the water's edge. The waves tickled your feet. I wonder what would happen if you tried to take a bath in the ocean with shampoo and everything. That would be bad for the fish.
Jeez.
Oh god, I don't know anything about Minaj, bro. Don't gulp. I didn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. That is what would happen. It'd hurt the fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious. You've never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mommy loves to have bubbles in her bath. She'll turn the lights off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming to pick you up anyway? Not for a while, she's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talk about him?
Nobody does. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would somebody want to talk about something they never talk about? You kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both of your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Koi. I don't have a dad. But I don't have two moms. I just have one. She's really great. Oh, I'm sorry. I only have one now, too. My mom isn't here. She's back home. It's just my dad with me.
Sorry.
Oh, I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded.
I'm not gonna say anything about this. 8-year-old me, I've got no hand in this conversation. I don't think as a child I've ever, like, touched a conversation like this. So no, absolutely not. You couldn't come up with something you thought would make the conversation any less awkward, so you kept quiet. It was safer that way. The silence broke with a splash as Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. Lizzie giggled, foot still outstretched from the kick.
Got these kids. Cove joined in, striking the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of Cove's spray zone with a grin.
Freaking get her?
You used your foot to smack the water pooling around you, sending an arc of sea foam flying back onto your sister. You laughed as she spluttered, some of the salty seawater having landed in her mouth. She spat it out. Yuck. Lizzie chased you, intent on revenge. You dashed up and down the coast, taking it in turns to be the predator and the prey, as well as joining forces to take down Shiloh or Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was fair game in war. Shiloh's brief exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused by him falling face first onto the
So funny.
That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed, cascading over his prone body. Shiloh sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain as you all hurried over to check on him. His hair was plastered to his head and his soaked clothes clung. If there was any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy, are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over.
You Dumbo.
Way to go, Shiloh, you Dumbo. Offer to help him up. Shiloh didn't take your outstretched hand. Oh, forgot about that. Shiloh didn't take your outstretched hand. After a moment, you dropped it. Okay. Okay, Shiloh. Okay. Lizzie was too busy snickering to notice and held her hand out to Shiloh, too. He reached over and took it. Slowly, he started to pull himself from the ground. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them.
Sorry.
Sorry. What were the odds of that happening twice in a row? You thought they must be low. But there's no way Shiloh would do something like that on purpose and pretend it was an accident, especially not to Lizzie. Even if your relationship with Shiloh felt unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was his favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie extracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Shiloh got up again as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. The four of you made the journey back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in your wake. Damp clothes may have weighed down some of the group, but your spirits were high. Your arms swung side to side as a cool breeze flowed past. Your moms were outside, chatting to Cove's dad. We're back! Oh, voice crack go crazy, we're back! Your mom's faces fell as they took in the state you all were in, ranging from messy to soaked.
No.
Elizabeth, is that all you have to say for yourself? You brought half the beach back with you. He certainly did. What's Marigold gonna do when she comes to get Shiloh? Is that how you want him to be for the long drive home? Cold and filthy? Lizzie's expression turned sulky over the scolding. Being the oldest could be fun, but it also meant she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holden, on the other hand, chuckled as he ruffled Cove's matted hair. You've been out making memories, Bucko. Oh, that's a question mark. You've been out making memories, Bucko? I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Cove used his slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed even that had gotten wet.
Now he was worried too.
I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun.
That might be right. Kids, what can you do? Come on, Cove, let's go get you cleaned up and dried off. We wouldn't want that cast to have to be reset. Cove winced at the thought.
Okay.
Okay. Attaboy.
Mr. Holden casually bent down and plucked Cove up off the ground, ultimately holding Cove against his chest. Sand was already transferring from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden.
Ugh. That's the cutie ever.
Cove protested being carried, but only got a reassuring pat on the back for his trouble.
Take care.
Good night, Cove. Thank you for the talk, Cliff.
Night, Zen family. And Shiloh, too.
Resigned to his fate, Cove twisted his body in his dad's arms in order to turn around and wave goodbye. You beamed as you reached up and waved your hand in the air. Good night!
Fine, fine.
Well, we'd better do what we can to fix you guys up too. Come on, everybody inside. I want you to march straight to the downstairs bathroom.
Ugh.
Yes, Mom. Okay, Lizzie's mom. Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on an old beach towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall. Until you were less sandy, you weren't allowed to go to your room or walk around the house. But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. Felt like an indoor picnic.
Oh my god. I just swallowed and my throat hurt like crazy. Yeah. It had been decided that Shiloh would wash first and borrow some of your clothes. He was already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Miss Fields had come to collect him a little while ago. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without that hat on for once. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, got to go in the tub next. It wasn't a bubble bath, as she had hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least, that's what she claimed. Not much longer, and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad there weren't going to be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, I need to save. Oh my gosh. I would say one more, but I'm so weak and I need to save my voice for later this weekend. Good lord, I know I'm still going on about this, but I can feel I can feel my throat. Alrighty. Alright. Let me go ahead and where's it at? Ah, there we go. There it is. Hold on, I'm not sure. Do I have it balanced here? Okay. Perfect. For you and Eddie, isn't it? Yeah, it is, in fact. It is about to be 3 a.m. here. It is time for... I'm not gonna pass out yet, but I gotta stop or else I'm gonna lose my voice. And that is not the thing that I need to do right now because I've got a lot going on and I can't lose my voice now. So yes, oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. I switched to the end of stream screen way too fast, but you know what? That is exactly what's happening. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. I'm so glad that people stayed. This was amazing. I hope you guys had fun. I was unsure about streaming a visual novel because it's a visual novel. I get really nervous with stuff like that. But then again, I'm so glad. This was so fun. Alright, guys. Good night, or I don't know what time it is. It seems like it's nighttime for everybody. Yeah, this was great. Thank you guys so much. The ending stream. Bye, guys.